Hello?
Hello? Hello?
How? Oh my gosh, you disappeared.
I'm gone?
I literally just said I'm a professional.
No, the hello is actually for
What?
the hello? Where did I go?
Hello, goodbye.
Hi, bye.
What was that? Okay, I guess I just have to not click on anything. That's fine.
So sorry about that.
Good. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hi.
Hey, we're here. Episode 9 of Valley Talk. I can't believe that.
I know, it's actually kind of crazy. We're almost 10 episodes in, and that's just, I don't know, it's grown so
Almost
much.
10. Oh.
10.
When did we even, I don't even remember when we started this. Do you remember?
I remember 9 episodes ago.
Yeah.
We started we started our very first episode. It's great.
Please.
That's all I
Oh
got.
my gosh.
That is
Okay.
about as close
Wow.
as I'm gonna get to it as
Wow.
we can.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's good. I mean, that's good.
Mhm.
Really good. All right. Valley Talk. I do want to say we normally don't say anything until the end, but we do have Valley Talk merch. So if you're interested in any of our merch, it is live. We also have seasonal holiday merch that's available for like 3 more days, 4 more days,
Yep.
something like that.
Mhm.
You can get like a dad hat like this. Kay has on one of the hoodies. There's a bunch of different stuff over there. And then there is a holiday Nightthorn inspired shirt, hoodie, all that
All the
stuff.
good stuff.
It's
Yeah.
great.
You want to make
Um,
sure you definitely get the holiday items now before they're gone. But yes, we have some really cool stuff and really good quality. Highly recommend.
yes.
Not just saying that because it's our merch. I
Right.
am kind of, but also because I basically live in our merch like every day.
I
So
know. It's so
yeah,
cozy.
it is so cozy. I
Yep.
love it.
So, the last time we were here, we were with
Hmm.
Bestie Steph,
Yes.
and it was what, the day before the update?
Yeah.
And we were
The
all
night
really
before.
excited the night
Yeah.
before. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what we were going to get. And now we have it.
Hmm.
So we have a lot to talk about today. And I'm very
Oh, so
excited about it.
I know, I am too.
It's kind of like, that last time we were obviously excited. We knew quite a bit of what we were getting, but
Hmm.
there's always that fear in the back of your head like, what if they really screw this up? Like what if it's not everything we're hoping it's going to be?
Yeah, like it doesn't live up to the hype.
And then we logged on
That was
and
history.
it
It's
was
history for me.
just so much more than
Yeah.
what I ever would have expected. I
I
just
think for me, it was like wave after wave after wave of like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh wow, oh
right.
my God. Like it just kept getting more insane as time went on. Oh, I
Oh
was blown away.
gosh. Yes. Oh,
I mean,
Brian, thank you for the super chat. First episode of Valley Talk was May 31st.
thank you.
Wow, thanks.
Thank you for the super chat
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that first look stream was a
insane.
lot.
It was a lot. I literally remember thinking, and even now when I'm playing, I keep thinking to myself, like, how the heck? I'm concerned that I may not get through all of the content by the time the next like patch or next part to this update is coming out. And I think people forget about that a lot while we're playing, is like people don't realize, like, is this it? Like, no, there's two more parts to this expansion pass to be released, which to me is like, what? And they're coming, and it's coming with more characters, it's coming with more friendship question. Like, what?
How and just the regular free updates at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah. I mean, the free
I
update in itself just we
oh
listen.
gosh, I don't even know how we're gonna get through the
I
okay,
know,
just a
because
warning,
I
this
was
is
like, we
gonna be
gotta
all over the place.
we may jump around just a bit, just
Oh
a bit.
oh my gosh.
Because I mean, there's just they all kind of run in together too, but like, there's just so much to to really dive into. I could talk about, I think I love it so much that I could talk about it for days. But the one thing I love the most, and I think what helps me to continue to look forward to these expansion passes, is how it's like I wasn't really tired of DDV before, but it gives you like this refreshed, like I can't stop playing, takes you back to the when you first started playing the game, you're collecting everything and exploring everything and crafting all these new things. And it's like it's just really refreshing to be back immersed and obsessed with a
Right.
game all over again with all new content.
Yeah. I was talking about it. Oh my gosh, I just messed everything up.
What did you hit? Oh. I literally have the stream on the other side and I just see myself. This is what you're here for.
Why is it doing that today? I don't know.
Was it like locked on your cursor or something?
I guess it's just like completely connected to this one window, and I'm just trying to move this window somewhere. Okay. I'm just not going to touch it anymore. I'm sorry for touching it.
You're totally
okay. I was talking on stream the other day about how there's always been, okay, I assume that most people here love Dreamlight Valley, but love it or hate it, you cannot fault Dreamlight Valley in the having lots of things to do department. There's always something to do, and this edition of the DLC, there is so much to do. I cannot believe how much there is to do. Like, I was just thinking about it like, okay, you can either decorate your valley, you can quest, you can go gather materials, you can do your dream snaps, you can vote for dream snaps, you can do your star path, you can, just endless stuff.
Anything.
You can organize your storage, you can do, there's so much to do.
It's hours in each one of those things too. It's not like a task. Like you go and do it and you're done. It's like, no, you're going to spend a couple hours doing every single one of those things.
Right.
And I think that is like a gripe that I have because I know when I because I posted a video on should you purchase or pass, and like I received a couple of comments where people were saying they don't think it's worth the $30, which is a whole nother conversation. And then other people were like, oh yeah, I blew through it. I played for 2 hours and finished the entire. I'm like, huh?
I knew that was gonna happen.
I'm like, how? There's actually no way, unless 4 days you wake up at the crack of dawn and don't sleep until the crack of dawn and play the game nonstop without breaks. Do you finish all of the content in a couple of hours? It's just not possible. I just don't see it. Like, if I'm wrong about that, somebody tell me I'm wrong, but I've played I streamed for 3 to 4 hours and I've streamed the update, I don't know, 6, 7 times stuff on the update. Like, and I'm nowhere near finished.
Yeah.
How?
There is, I will say this, there is no like being behind because everyone plays at their own pace.
Yeah.
I will say that I am not in line with a lot of other creators on where they are in their journey with the DLC because I am very slow.
Yeah.
I'm a slow game player, okay?
Both of us are.
Easily distracted.
Way. Squirrel.
I just like to enjoy every little part of it, and I don't want to speed through it. I respect the people who do, especially if you're making content out of it and you have to speed through things to get the content out. That is never going to be me. I know that in my content journey, I'm never going to be someone who can make guides. I'm never going to be someone who can report on news.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a random news story that I just think is really interesting and I just want to talk about it for whatever reason. But I'm never going to be the first to do any of those things.
I'm the same way.
My lifestyle doesn't allow for it. I don't think Kay's does either. We're both moms and
it's just not possible.
It's just never going to be us. So
I don't even think if my lifestyle did. I have like this issue with being like, am I 100% correct in what I'm saying without, and I like always second guess everything. So it would take me way longer to make videos like that because I'll be like, I'm not 100% if that statement is true. So I'm like, I don't know if I can say that. And I'm just like going back and forth. But I'm the same way. Like I feel like, especially with like a game that I'm so passionate about, I want to like stop and look and take in every little thing. And I take quests slow. I take exploring the different areas slow.
Hmm.
I prioritize other things. Like I've been prioritizing my storage right now because I'm like, if I prioritize that, then I'll be able to put everything in one place. And then I get obsessed with making it perfect. And there's all these little detours in like figuring out this new expansion pass and all the new content. And I'm slow, just like you. I'm going to take all the time in the world to get through it. And I think that's okay because on the other side for me, I'll have the content to play through until the next part of the expansion pass is released. And then we'll jump back into that stuff too. So I
Oh,
think there's positives and negatives, but it's hard as a content creator not to
it
feel
is.
behind,
It
I
is.
think.
But at the same time, I do feel like most people watching are ahead of where we are.
Hmm.
And so it's easier for them to watch if we're questing
Yeah.
because they've
So it's
already
not a
done it.
spoiler.
It's not a
Mhm.
spoiler for them. So if
Yeah.
it's someone who cares about spoilers, then it's not a big issue.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that I have explored and seen enough to be able
Hmm.
to talk about it. Because I think I was going here because I think we should talk about the $30 price tag
Yeah.
on the DLC.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I've seen enough, I've consumed enough
Hmm.
to know how I feel about the $30 price tag.
Hmm.
And shocker, my opinion is not going to be the popular one. Because I think, have I ever had a popular opinion?
Probably not.
I think
But that's
$30 is fully worth it.
yeah.
I will pay $30 for each one in the future. We did get a question. Do you think we'll have to pay another $30 for the next update in the DLC?
No.
No, not in this DLC, but for future DLCs, yes, I think they will all be $30.
Yeah, I think $30 is the standard price it's going to be that we can expect for every expansion pass to come out. But every expansion pass, as they probably are going to roll out these little patches of content that are in addition to the expansion pass, should not cost us anything extra.
Correct. Which makes it so much more worth it. I'm so curious about this next
Part.
part to
Hmm.
see like what kind of stuff is added. Like, is it no matter what it is, it's still worth it to me.
Hmm.
But I am curious, like, when they add that stuff, what all are we getting within
Yeah.
that? Because, like, is it just going to be the quest to continue the story? We're
Hmm.
obviously going to get characters, so we are going to get some more items that way. But, like, are
Hmm.
they going to introduce any more items? Are they going to introduce any more stuff? Like, I don't know. Are we getting
So
more
curious.
stuff? Are we getting
I'm so
more?
I'm so curious about the same thing because I'm like, to me, I feel like it's going to be mainly quests and like, new characters and everything that comes with that. But I definitely could see them throwing in a little extra razzle dazzle here and there just because DDV is known for kind of like surprising you with stuff. So I'm the same way. I'm 100% curious. And I
Yeah.
think I think it's even more fun seeing that this expansion pass is coming in three parts because I talked about this too because it coming out, it slows you down enough to say, here's your first, get used to the new world, get used to questing, all this stuff. And then we're going to roll out another part. And it really helps you to take your time and digest the content as it comes out. And it keeps you looking forward to something refreshing and new with the expansion pass. So I really love that they actually did it in parts because now I find myself like, I'm not even halfway through and I'm already like, oh my gosh, like, what's going to come in this next part that's coming. So it's exciting for me. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
And I agree. I 100% think $30 is a reasonable price point, especially considering the amount of content that came with this game, which has to be talked about because I've seen many comments where people were like, $30 isn't, it's not worth it. 25 would have been better, or $15 would have been better, or whatever. And to me, I'm just like, I think $30 is standard for expansion passes, expansion packs and expansion passes. $30 is a pretty average price point, I think, for most games. And number two, the amount. Like, am I missing something, or are we all not seeing the collections menu? Like,
I
even
know.
if
Oh
you take
gosh.
all the gameplay, if you put all the gameplay aside and just go to your collections menu and see all of the new things that you can craft, all of the new items that you can collect, the recipes, new memories. There's a whole new tool, and there's a whole new, I wouldn't say whole new, but Mist is another type of, you know, what do we
Another
call it?
currency.
Another currency in the game. Like, it's like Dreamlight, but it's Mist, and you use it in a way that's similar but still slightly different. I mean, like, I just cannot understand. I just can't understand how that price point doesn't, like, it's one thing to say that's not something I can afford right now, which is totally understandable. Like, not everybody's going to be able to afford everything, and I get that. It's another thing to say that it's not worth the $30,
Right.
because to me that's where my issue comes in. Like, how what else do they need to add in order to make it worth the $30 price point? Like, what
Right.
else could they, because I can't think of anything. I'm like, it's perfect.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to properly articulate this, but it plays into something that I feel like I've talked about before, we've talked about before, where they have to, it's such a balancing act
Mm-hmm.
that they have to play with something like this, the DLC especially, because they have to put enough content in it for it to be worth it at the
Mm-hmm.
$30 price point. But they also have to, in the back of their minds, restrict what they put in it because they know that not every player is going to purchase it.
Right.
So it's like at one point, like, yes, they want to put in like characters is the first thing that comes to mind. Like they want to add characters to it. They want it to be worth the $30. You're getting Gaston, Rapunzel, Eve,
Oh,
and there's more coming.
mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, you can't put like 10 characters in there because then everyone will be mad that they don't
If
have
they're
those
getting all the
characters in the base
characters.
game, that you're
Right.
getting them in the DLC. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just such a balancing act of making it worth it, but also
Making
making
it
sure
fair.
that it's remaining somewhat fair, if you can even call it fair. I don't know.
Which is hard
Um,
to do, because the thing with Disney characters is people are attached to their characters, right? So
mhm.
if you have a favorite, and let's just say your favorite is Eve, and your favorite Eve being in the expansion pass that you have to purchase, that you don't want to purchase, is probably going to be frustrating for someone who really wants that character in their valley. But at the end of the day, like, you can't be perfect. You have to kind of, you just got to kind of pick and choose which characters are going to be a part of the DLCs and what makes sense for a storyline versus, who doesn't. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I totally agree. I
Yeah.
totally agree.
I am curious. I feel like a long time ago, we had a conversation about characters and characters being what price locked behind a paywall, whatever, however you
Yes.
want to call it.
Mhm.
I don't remember what Gameloft said about it. Did they say specifically? It's one of those things where like I feel like I remember people saying that they said that they were never going to put characters behind a paywall. But I
Mhm.
don't know if I ever saw that with my own two eyeballs and I ever saw like an
I
official statement. So now I'm like, do I actually know what was said? And because a lot of times people will say stuff and I'm like, oh wow, okay, well, I guess.
Yeah,
But was it actually said or was it just
I don't think
implied
it
or did
was.
someone in the Discord say it or like where did that come from?
They said specifically that the main, they said that anything that you would have to pay for in the future, I'm this is not a direct quote, but anything that you would have to pay in the future would not affect the main storyline of the game. So, like, any future purchases, expansion pass, anything, like, expansion passes weren't a thing, but they were never going to put anything in the game that you would have to purchase that would affect you being able to play fully through the main storyline. That's what I remember. I think that it was more speculation that because of how many doors are in the castle, they were going to start to they were going to put up a paywall and block you from, like, you would have to use moonstones in order to like get characters and stuff like that. But I think that was, again, more like he say she say versus what is, anybody actually knew. And again, I don't know, to me, I'd rather pay for an expansion pass than pay per door.
Right. Yes. Okay, so that's kind of where I was going with this, is like, I feel like at some point someone's going to go back in this podcast and be like, well, Kato, you said back here that
Actually,
apparently
I remember
you.
at 43:23
Yeah.
in episode 9 of your podcast, you said.
But my thoughts are constantly evolving, okay, with the information that I'm gathering. Okay, Sproutsy has a quote. I love a quote. It says Disney Dreamlight Valley will not monetize any core gameplay mechanics. There are no paywalls and no pay to win mechanics. Okay. There's an actual quote. Because
Which
I
I feel like
know.
is true.
Yeah, I agree. I think I see one of the big frustrations that people have with the DLC is the characters being behind a paywall, but I don't want to burst any bubbles. If they weren't part of the DLC, they would have made them behind a paywall
Paywall.
with moonstones.
Yeah, it was gonna
Either
happen.
way, you were going to have to pay for them.
Yeah.
Now, I know that people are going to say, well, if they were moonstones, then I could save up for dream snaps or whatever. I would just think a character, they were going to charge a lot if it was going to be a moonstone. I think this is the right way to go, and I hate that I constantly agree
I know. I listen.
with the decision, but
agree.
I'm
the same way. Like, again, just as a small recap, like I said, I don't like the way that they went about announcing it. But at the end of the day, as soon as they announced it, I felt like this was a good direction for the game, and a good direction for a game that you want to be a quality game, like something people can really enjoy and really look forward to. It's a really hard decision, I think, to make. It's hard to please everybody. But at the end of the day, if this game would have remained free, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It would feel, if it would have remained free, it would have felt too much like a mobile game to me.
Agree.
Either wait 24 hours or you have to pay 400 moonstones to get X, Y. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it would have felt way too mobile game-ish for me. And I just feel like if you take everything, no matter how you feel, negatives, positives, whatever, if you take all of that out of the picture and just look at what they've done with the first iteration of the expansion pass, you cannot deny that they put their whole foot in what they've given to us. There was no, like, they didn't slack anywhere. Now, I will say, since we're talking about it, my one negative I have with the game is, and I said this when it first came out, I said, they are going to have to make sure that the bugs and the issues are to a minimum. Now, I will preference this by saying as well, I have never played a game that doesn't have bugs. I don't know about you, but like, I can't think of a single game where I've never run into a bug. I've never run into an issue where they've had to patch it, where they had to come out with something to fix something in the game. I think that's just a part of gaming. You're going to run into bugs. So this isn't abnormal. But there were a couple of bugs, like Rapunzel's quest being glitched, some of the quests being like bugged out and you can't move forward in them. But the main one that really kind of gets under my skin, and I'm just like, why? Why is the pixel issue?
Yeah. That's a bad one.
And that's a bad one. Like, and again, I'm like you. I'm like almost always erring on the side of like even when they announced the game wasn't going free to play, I was like, this is a good thing. Don't fret, friends.
Oh, did we say that? Was that what we did? I don't remember. I don't remember everyone coming for us for that.
No. Everybody was on the same page.
We all agreed. It was so crazy how everyone agreed.
Everybody was so on the same page. It was amazing. So even then, I'm like, oh, this is a great thing. But when I saw this pixel issue, I said, that's not gonna lie, DDV, you're gonna have to work, y'all need to work that one out. And
Yeah.
y'all need to work it out fast.
Yeah. And for
Now,
anyone who doesn't know, there is a glitch right now with
mm-hmm,
the is it the pixel shards themselves? So
yeah,
if you haven't noticed, there are supposed to be pixel shards appearing on your valley when you participate in multiplayer. And they even sent some, they either sent them in the mail or it was one of the codes to get them in the mail. I don't remember exactly. But if you craft with the pixel shards,
mm,
apparently something that you craft with them, which I haven't even gotten that far. Like I don't even know
yeah,
what it is that people are crafting. If you craft with them, it it
takes
takes
everything.
everything that you needed to craft and it's gone. So like if you're crafting something that uses pixel shards, dreamlight, and coal, I don't know what it actually is, but I know the
Yeah,
dreamlight is one of them.
yeah.
All of your dreamlight will be gone.
Yeah, it takes the full amount instead of the 10 or 100 or
Right.
whatever that it needed. It takes the full amount and then it's just
Gone.
gone.
So don't craft with them.
They
They've
literally released a message and said that they are aware, but if you have pixel shards in your inventory, to just drop them in your house somewhere. Like that's a quote. Like they literally said, just drop them on the ground. Get them out of your inventory and do not craft with them until they can figure out what's going on.
yeah.
And I have to say, like, that's one of those things that's just kind of like, if somebody does have an argument about like, is it still worth it? I still do think that the game is worth it, but I also do think that this is a major issue, and they're going to have to figure out a way to rectify it for people. Because now, if we're being honest, Dream, I don't have that much Dream. I got like
I
20K.
know.
I got 20K. Okay, I was never in the
I
hundreds.
have
Okay.
6 million.
Yeah, there are people who have told me they have millions of Dreamlight. So for someone who has like focused for a year on grinding out Dreamlight, this is a really bad issue. Like I would be really, really frustrated if it was me. Can you grind it back out and get your Dreamlight back? Yes, but again, it doesn't, that it's hours of gameplay or time spent in the game lost and resources lost. And it's not just Dreamlight. Obviously, it could be iron or whatever else is required for this stuff. So it's just kind of like one of those things where you gotta work that out and work overtime to get it fixed. And if you can't fix it, then how do you get people their Dreamlight back or their resources back? I don't know.
It's just hard because there's no way to prove it
Yeah.
that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I've thought of that they could do would be if you have been. It's like one of those commercials, like if you've been, like when you take a medicine and then you end up with a, like a symptom. It's like if you've been impacted by the by the
Yes.
pixel shard,
If you've had migraines for 24 days after taking this medication, you
please
may be
contact.
eligible
Yeah.
to receive $50,000. Contact
But
us immediately.
I think if they did something like that and they were like, if this is something that's impacted you, you're gonna have to submit a ticket.
Mhm.
I feel like that's the only way that they can do it
Yeah.
because at least then it would like limit people.
Mhm.
They can't just send something out to everyone. I mean, they could. Let's
I was
be
gonna say it's
honest.
it's one or two. They're either gonna do, because I did see someone post something where they said there's no way for us to give you your dream light back,
But they
which I
can
was
give
like,
you dream
"Woo." But they can
shards
give you dream shards,
and
and
you can
dream
craft
shards
it.
can be used to craft it. So either it's I how I foresee it is it's gonna be a ticketing system, or they are going to just say, here's 500,000. Here's
There's
a bunch of shards for everyone.
if you lost 500,000 Dreamlight, I don't think you're getting it back.
I'm so sorry.
I think that they'll do an amount like 10,000, 20,000,
Oh God.
something like
Oh
that.
God.
It's not going to be, there's absolutely no way they're just going to hand out upwards of 500,000 Dreamlight.
It makes my stomach hurt.
If that were me, if I lost that much, best believe I would be over there in Discord like, hey, I know you can't give me Dreamlight, but you need to gift me dream shards so I can craft my own. Like, I know how this
Yeah.
game works. Give
Yeah.
me some dream
Dreams
shards.
right now. Yeah. Yeah. Jackie says, "Here's 10 Dreamlight. Don't spit it all over
Yeah.
the place." No, but yeah, I would be like sending screenshots.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna give me something. Okay. And if listen, let's be honest. If you can't give the Dreamlight back, you can always give Moonstones. And you
True.
might just have to come out of pocket. I'll be honest, if
Yeah.
it was me and all of my Dreamlight disappeared, would I be mad? Yes. But if they offered me a lump sum of Moonstones,
A lump
I
sum.
oh, some of Moonstones, I would by all means act as if it never happened. We can listen, pay me my Moonstones and we can forget about this conversation, is
Mm-hmm.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Just give me my Moonstones. And listen, I don't have to do Dream. I can focus on the expansion pass and I don't have to do Dream Snaps for a couple months and purchase anything that comes to the store. Wonderful.
right.
Fantastic. So I don't know.
But do you
I
think
guess
they
we'll
would
have
do
to
that for everyone, or they would do it like the ticket system?
I feel like because of the amount of players that play this game, they're probably going to lean towards the direction of saying, boom, here's a reward for everybody. So sorry about the inconvenience.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. I just don't. I like a ticketing system is a great idea, but can you imagine the
Having to
team that
go
they would
through it.
have to go through every single one and verify every single one and then to provide different amounts or something, or even if it's just a regular amount. Like I don't know anything about it. Maybe they have a way, but I just don't see that being it'd be a really long process and strenuous for a lot of people. So I just don't see. I mean, also think
I
about the people
agree.
who are like, I have to submit a ticket. Oh,
Yeah.
I have to go to a website. I have to take a screenshot. I had to blah blah blah. They didn't respond to me for 3 days. Oh, like people would be upset, even more so than they are right now. So
That's true.
yeah. So I think it's going to be we're so sorry for the inconvenience. We couldn't give you back your Dreamlight, but here are pixel shards, moonstones, and a bunch of iron and coal, or like they'll probably give us some of every resource it takes to craft these items
Mm-hmm.
and go from there.
I will say, of the bugs, that's probably one of the worst
Yeah, for
that there
sure.
have been. Like throughout the entire life of the
Of
game.
the game. This is the one of the
This
worst.
is
Yeah.
I would it's hard to say.
What
The
was another
first
one
one
that was
to
really
me
bad?
was the 201 error or whatever it was, where you couldn't
Oof.
even log in on
Yeah,
the
when that one
update
update
day.
happened, yeah, that was bad. Or the house when you placed the house skin and people were just completely locked out of the game for like
That
days.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, that was bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think that that one
But
is
at
not
least you
as
couldn't
bad.
lose
Yeah, I
things.
was gonna say that one is to me is still not as bad as losing something you've spent so much time collecting. Like,
Yeah.
that would be tough. That would be tough.
Oh,
But you know what? And again, I say this from a place of just personal experience. Bugs don't bother me that much. Like that one is bad. We do not disagree with that. That one is really bad. But like even the quest bug that I had with Rapunzel, it was annoying, but it wasn't stopping me from doing anything because there was literally so much to do. I could just focus on something else. And I knew that they would have a patch for that like pretty quickly, which they did. So for me, I just didn't quest with Rapunzel, but I worked with Eve. I worked on my storage. Started unlocking the areas. Like there was a lot of other things to do. So like those type of bugs don't really get under my skin, even if I've paid for an expansion pass. Again, I talk about it a lot just because it's like previous experience, but The Sims, I mean, there's just not an expansion pack that you're going to pay for and not have bugs. It's just, the game is always going to have bugs. It just always is. So I
how
think it's normal.
frequently, for The Sims specifically, since you have some experience with that, how often are they fixing the bugs? Like, what's the turnaround? Because that's another thing people really complain about with Gameloft is like
Yeah.
how long it takes. And I will say, the amount of time that it's taken for this one, like,
Hmm.
I just think they don't know the fix. Like, they don't know what's going on. I
Yeah.
do wish that they would be a little bit more transparent on Twitter. Like, hey, we're still working on it. We know that you're frustrated. Like, there will be
Yes.
some kind of resolution.
Constant updates. Yeah.
However, at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like I also I mean I wasn't impacted, so it's easy for me to say, but I feel like I don't need that because they've proven time and time again that they always resolve this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's always something. So like
There's
in
gonna
The
be a fix.
Sims, do they take a long time fix
I
stuff?
hate to say it, but there are bugs in The Sims that I'm convinced are just never going to be fixed. So that's one. Somebody
Mm.
correct me if I'm wrong, but like there's a like for example, the first one that comes to my mind is like Sims always washing their dishes in like the bathroom. So stupid, but like if you're like a gameplay type of player and your Sim gets up from the table from eating dinner, you want them to wash the dishes at the sink.
Yeah.
Well, they'll go like to a bathroom on the second floor and go wash the dishes. And it's just like, why are they doing that? So it's like that. There's bugs like that that just will never be fixed. But I mean, I feel like they come out with patches all the time. The problem with The Sims is I don't think they're as fast as DDV, one. And number two is because the games are so heavily modded, like you can add in custom CC and mods and stuff. When they release those like patches, it breaks the mods
Yeah.
and everything. So then people have to wait for the creators of the mods to create an update and they have to install that. And so yeah, it can be very more complicated on their end. But yeah, they're bugged all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah,
mad at you
they're
because
bugged.
they fixed that one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
Yeah, they did. They fixed it with Twister.
apparently they have
Apparently.
fixed that bug. It was a bug that lasted 2 years, but they did finally.
Well,
I don't
good.
know.
Well, good. I'm happy. I'm happy that they finally
Yay
fixed it.
for
Yay,
EA!
Sims.
Yay! They did it.
Oh my God.
Oh
Good. Good. But
well.
yeah, I just feel like, and again, even let's look at Fae Farm. Fae Farm rolled out. I was like in the game, and I literally loaded into a black hole. There was nothing around except for my character falling through face. You know how like in Fae Farm you jump and they like flail around like this. Well, this
Yes.
was my character on a black screen. This is it, just falling, and I'm like, "Excuse me, how do I get out of here?" I had to go in Discord. That was a whole thing, and they finally rolled out a patch to fix it. But I say that to say every game has bugs. Like I
I mean, it's
just
like
can't.
Paleo when you log in and it's just.
You're missing your head. You're just a body. Oh
Oh
God, yeah.
gosh, that's
But
so funny.
I think that brings up a good point because why is there, and I don't know if this is, somebody please tell me. I don't know if this is because I'm so involved in the DDV community, but like, is DDV being held to an unrealistic standard compared to other games? Or am I just like too intertwined with the community and I just see everybody's emotions? Because like, I just don't understand how it's almost like our memories are being wiped. Like people just forget about every other game. And it's like, no, 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 this game should not have bugs. Like it's bugged, it's buggy or whatever. And I'm just like, wait, what? Because isn't every game? Like I just feel like why are we so overly critical of DDV of all the games that we purchased and played? Like DDV?
Right. A game that was literally going to go free to play.
I
That's
don't know.
that's the one.
What's it? Did Zelda have any bugs?
Oh yeah, I mean, there were ways to duplicate literally everything. People were just like duplicating all of their stuff so they could have like endless money.
Oh yeah, well see that's the type
And
of bugs everybody wants. They're like, no,
yeah,
don't get rid of this ever.
that's well,
Yeah.
that's like the mist glitch
Yeah, the
where
mist
you could
glitch.
just have endless mist
Yeah.
if you did a certain thing.
I say that because
Yeah.
Zelda was a $70 game.
Hmm.
It was like 70 US dollars, I think. And so it's like that's an expensive game. And even it has its own glitches and bugs. Like it's not unheard of. Why are we so surprised? Why are we so shocked?
Yeah.
Like it's not
Even
that serious.
Animal Crossing had
Bugs.
bugs. I mean, even
Yeah.
like years later, like they would release something and then the new bugs would come out. We'd
Yeah.
have like there would be ways to glitch into certain things and sit in certain things and plant on concrete or whatever. There were
Yeah.
all kinds of just random bugs. I do think part of the problem is that are the ones that are like game impacting. Like trust me, we understand why y'all are upset if you lost all of your Dreamlight. Like
It's huge.
that's a
Yeah.
huge bug.
Mhm.
Anything that's like impacting your ability to play the game at all, that is an issue.
Mhm.
I will say that it's not going to run as well on Switch because it wasn't made solely for the Switch. So I
Can
think
I Can I say something about the Switch? I think is probably not a popular opinion.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and remove you from the. Yeah, go ahead.
But I just think like the Switch, I don't
You're.
even want to say it, but I'm just like, how many like
What are you gonna say about my babies?
I'm so sorry.
What?
I'm just like maybe it's because I'm not really a Switch player, but I'm
Uh
just
huh.
like if I had a choice to purchase the game on anything else, I'd purchase the game anywhere else.
Oh, you would. You would.
Kato,
You would. You would purchase
how many is that?
the.
1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5?
Oh, you hate the Switch? Is that
I'm
what I
just
heard you say?
I don't hate the Switch. I think the Switch is great. I just
No.
think that if it was me, I'd be super selective on which games I'd be playing on the Switch.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Like
As someone who has 5 Switches,
yeah.
I also agree that you should be selective. There is a reason I do not play Dreamlight Valley on my Switch.
And I'm just
On
throwing it
any of
out.
my Switches.
It plays really well on Steam Deck.
Ooh, it plays so good on the OLED Steam Deck too.
Oh boy, I bet it
Listen.
does. I bet it does. I'm just saying I could literally play DDV for hours on my Steam Deck without an issue.
Yeah.
It plays just like it would on PC. So like again, it's not to throw any shade on Switch. I think Switch is a great, it's great to have, but I just think it's great to have for certain games. And I would have like, for example, and I'm a Paleo partner, I'll say this. Switch, it's a good game on Switch, but if I had to choose between playing Palea on Switch or PC, I'm going to play it on PC. Like I am glad that it runs, I'm glad that it plays, but even on Switch, it still has its own performance issues here and there. It's playable and it's great. Again, it's great for not everybody has a PC. So I have to keep that in mind. And that's obviously a thing. But I don't know. It's just like for me, I'm gonna expect a game to crash. Like if I loaded up Paleo right now or DDV, I would
Mm-hmm.
expect the game to crash
Yeah.
at some point. Even if it's not in the same day, another day or whatever, it wouldn't be shocking to me. Now, when you get into the realm of like it crashing every 30 minutes or every hour, that's definitely a performance issue that they got to look into and fix. But again, it's just like I don't know. I wouldn't play on Switch.
I'm
I
just
don't.
curious. Like, I'm always so intrigued. So, like, I did get the cozy edition of the game on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
All I did when I got that was load it up. I got the stuff out of the mail and then I just cloud saved and went back to PC.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, I would love to start a new save, not delete my current one, but just like have a different one. I'm
Yeah.
scared to do it because I don't want to lose my other one.
Same. Yeah.
I don't need that to happen. I would literally freak out. I would just love to know for the people who are having crashes, there are a few things that I think about. Like I have a day one Switch. Switch came out back in whatever year that was. Everything on it runs like garbage. Like it literally sounds like it's taking off. It's going to explode. I would be curious, like, okay, how does it play on that one compared to how does it play on one of the regular Switches? Like I have the Animal Crossing edition versus how does it play on the OLED? Like, does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Like on a newer Switch or an OLED Switch, is it playing better than on a Switch Lite than on an original day one Switch? Does that impact it? Does how much stuff you have in your Valley impact it? Because I'm gonna say yes, it does. Like if I logged on to my Valley with my 6,000 items and my 7 companion houses, it's not gonna run. I will say if you're playing on Switch, you need to just remove your companion houses. Don't even have one.
Yeah, because I had 2 in my Valley, and even my game was you remember you saw it was like weird, acting weird.
On PC, it'll crash because it cannot handle all those little companions out everywhere.
Yeah, and I hear a lot of people saying that Switch, it's not an issue on Switch. Like it doesn't crash. So I guess the Switch issue is the decorating limit. which
Mhm.
I know, which I understand because DDV is a heavily like decor based game at this point. Like it's like 50% decorate your valley, your home, and all that stuff. So I totally understand the frustrations there. But again, it's like it's one of those things. Like I just know that I'm not going to be able to decorate that much if I'm on Switch.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing you can do about it. Even again on The Sims, like if I load up a house on the biggest lot that's filled with all kinds of stuff, unless you have top of the line PC, it's gonna like literally. Have you seen people talk about how they have a cooling pad underneath their computers and laptops to keep their computers from exploding, loading up their Sims game
Right.
because of the amount of content? Like it literally it doesn't matter what system you're on, there are restrictions, and it's just a part of it, I think, when it comes to it. But I think you're right. I think it depends probably on the gen of like the, and I don't know a whole lot about Switches, but like there are different versions,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I also think every time we have this conversation about Switches, the different the experiences are so different from everyone. It'll be like,
Yes, some people's are
oh, my
crashing.
opinion, my experience is garbage, like I can't even load into the game, and other people are like, I've
Mhm,
never had a problem at all, which plays into my point of
mhm.
depending on what system you're playing on, depending on how much stuff is in your valley, depending on like there's so many things that go into it
Mhm.
on why your experience is going to be different than someone else's.
Right.
But I think the wide variety of experiences is just another reason that like all of these things can't happen for the Switch. Like they can't
Right.
increase the item limit because Sally Joe over here can't even load into her game with 1,000 items on her valley.
Yeah.
But then Sally Sue over
Sally Joe.
here has 3,000 items and she's doing just fine because she's on her new OLED that she got for Christmas. You
Mhm.
know, but like they have to make this game for the lowest performing
Right.
of the options.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's just I don't know how we got on this tangent about switches, but we
I don't
did.
know. Here we are.
Let me take this
Just
moment to go through some stuff. Inzi, thank you so much for the 5 months. I think next update's in March, so we should have lots of time to prep. It feels like lots of time, but I just don't think
it's
it
just
is
gonna
lots of
disappear.
time. I know.
Yep. Mhm.
Leanna, thank you for the super chat. Kato, no more touch. I will not touch the Skype anymore. Rachel, thank you for the 12 months. Let's go. Witchy, thank you for the super chat. I think $30 is so worth it. I also think we're going to get 2 DLCs a year. So
Yeah.
$60 a year is so worth it for all the potential content. And then Leanna, thank you for another super chat. I've played on my AC Switch and OLED Switch. It's been better on my OLED, but also I still had issues with my companion houses on both.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would just say, like, if you're playing on Switch, maybe the companion houses work for you, and that's great. I love that. But
Yeah.
if you're having issues, like, that's one thing I would start, like, looking at those things. Like,
Yeah.
can I remove a companion house? Can I remove some stuff? Like, what can
Yeah.
I do in my valley to make things run
Again,
more smoothly?
I have a gaming PC and I had 2 companion houses placed down, maybe 3, and I went into build mode and my computer was like like it was like
What was it like?
I was I was like I was like what's happening? Why are my frames dropping like this? Like it was the weirdest thing. And then somebody was like had the same issue, delete the companion houses. I deleted it and everything went back to normal. So like having issues on a PC, please.
You know what I think we need right about now? We need a guest appearance from The Forgetting.
Oh my gosh.
That's
La 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 la. I swear I'm triggering it for other. I was doing valley tours the other day, and here she comes. La 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 la. I'm like, what's happening? In someone else's valley? Are you serious? I couldn't believe it. I said, you know what? I gotta log out.
oh my
It's
gosh.
crazy. It's crazy.
So much. Okay,
It's,
I did do a poll
mm-hmm.
of the chat. Is the DLC worth $30. The results are in, and 81% say yes.
Yeah.
15% I didn't purchase it. 2% no, it's not worth $30.
Yeah.
I would like to have a conversation with
With the
2% of you.
2%. Yeah, I'm just like, if anybody in chat could just post what one thing, if you think it's not worth it, what would be one thing they could add to make it worth the $30? Just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know what that one thing is. And that's a genuine question. I'm just curious. Like, again, every game is not going to be for everybody. And to be fair, every expansion pass too, because they're so tailored to certain content and certain storylines, they're not going to be for everybody either. So it's not a gripe if you don't like the expansion pass. Like, that's a decision that you have to make for yourself. So, but I am curious, if it's just like not worth the money, what would make it worth the money if it's not like a storyline based issue or the characters or whatever.
Agree.
Because again, another thing that I really like about the expansion pass model is that you can completely pass on it if it's not something you're interested in. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, that's another thing that I really love, because that makes DDV a highly tailored game to people who are interested. And if they come out tomorrow with an expansion pass that has all 5 characters that I am just not interested in having in my valley, the storyline looks boring to me, then I can literally just choose to skip it or buy it when it's on sale or something like that. And I think that's like a win-win situation, you know, like for me at least.
I just
Not
put
show
Heather in
yourself.
timeout because she said she voted that way to troll, so I think she deserved a timeout.
Heather.
Okay, well, do we think we should talk about it then? The DLC?
Yes, we need
Okay.
to. Yes.
Okay. We do have a
Where
lot of
do we
people
start?
here. So before we do that, I do want to show y'all this. If you haven't, for some reason, submitted these codes, you know, like if you go into the game and you can redeem codes on that in screen with your settings,
Screenshot this.
these are all of the ones that are currently active. So go make sure you've done all of these, especially SG 2023 gifts.
Oh yeah,
You get a painting table. I don't know why they said painted table in this. I copy pasted this, but
that's okay.
painting table, vine flower lamp, snowy festive window, which I thought I had, but I didn't, and a telescope. Those are all really great items. So you should
Thank you
definitely
for making
go
this
and do
graphic,
that.
by the way.
You're so welcome, isn't it?
It's so nice.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful. Yeah, screenshot this and get all of your free stuff, y'all. And I will say, I am a big fan of this, because as more content comes out and more things come to the game, we'll get more furniture and stuff like that. So like every year, if they did something like this around Christmas time where people could get a lot of the items that they don't normally get, this would be great. This was all Kato, by the way, y'all. I did not have any part in making this. Kato put this together.
Oh, well, this is Google, and then I copy pasted, and then I just put it on a graphic. So don't thank me, thank Google.
Thank you, Google. Thank Google and Kato.
There's all that stuff. That's all good stuff. Take a screenshot. Yeah, because you definitely, especially like SG 2023, 500 moonstones. You better go get that.
Oh yeah. Get that right away.
Go
Don't let that one pass.
Look, I'll even make a cute face for your screenshot. Okay, there you go.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you so much. So this is great.
Okay. The expansion.
Yeah, the expansion. Should we start with storyline? Overview of like just the basic storyline, not because we haven't gotten too far into like quests and like I'm nowhere near the end of questing in the game, but like storyline,
we're definitely not going to spoil anything.
No, trust me, we couldn't even if we wanted to, babes. So here we are.
Yeah. Obsessed. I am upset from the very first. Just how it was introduced. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's so good.
So good.
I love the idea of like this rift that's caught, like, and especially even when you look at the biomes, how there's like this line of like floating rocks, and it's like it's a clear cut on where the rift happened, just like we saw in the trailer. And I have to say, I don't know if you have noticed this, but like even just from starting the quest, the dialogue is
Really good.
I
Except
will
for Shea Remy on Eternity Isle. If I have to say Shea Remy on Eternity Isle one more time, I'm gonna lose it.
okay, that one to be fair is a lot. That one was a lot. But like I even compared to like DDV, I feel like they stepped it up a notch. Like there were a couple of quests in DDV where like don't get me wrong, the entire game has great dialogue, but like they really put a lot of thought and effort into these conversations that we have with these characters. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I just feel like that in itself is like makes the storyline that much more real for me. So I've really enjoyed it so far.
Agreed.
And I totally thought I was going to hate Gaston, to Jersey's point. I thought I was going to hate Gaston. And although he's annoying, he actually makes me laugh. Like, he's not Maui annoying. He's just Gaston obnoxious.
These super chats. Leanna, 9 out of 10. Dentist recommends Sensodyne.
Hello.
Jersey, Gaston stole the show, and Kim with the Shea Remy on Eternity Isle. Thank y'all so much. And
I'm just making sure. It was Shea Rimri on Eternity Out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Not
right.
anywhere else.
Okay, but on Eternity Out. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I haven't even unlocked Gaston. Like I found him, but I haven't even started that whole process. I'm still working on Rapunzel.
Yeah.
I think I've like partially done Eve's thing, but not really. Like I am so not even
That
close over there because anytime I go, I'm like, oh, I need to do this instead. Like I need to, my storage is in shambles. And
I had to knock that out. I had to.
Mine is not going to be a just knock it out though. Like I have to do like 6 rooms to
Because
make
you're doing it in your house, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing like a floor per valley. So like the second floor is going to be the main valley, and then the third floor is going to be Eternity Isle. And then like as we get other ones, I'll do the different floors. But
Shazabelle says, I don't really like the new biomes. I don't fault you because that's your opinion. But what? Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, is it all the different like winds and twists and turns? Because I know for some people they're like, I have seen people say like certain houses are just not gonna fit in this valley. So I could totally get it being like a very like personal thing, but I'm obsessed with it. I feel like DDV, like the Disney Dreamlight, or I guess it's just Dreamlight Valley. The Dreamlight Valley has the flat, not hilly. Every biome that you enter is just basically like a bridge, some water, and land. What I love about Eternity Isle is all of like the twists and winds and bends. I feel like it's just so different. And I'm so glad that me personally, and this is no shade to you and your opinion at all. I totally respect that. Just for me, I love the fact that I can go to Eternity Isle and get a completely different experience from our Dreamlight Valley. And although I may not be able to put every house that I want there or decorate, the same as I have been able to, it's definitely given me something that's unique. And I think that's going to be important for more expansion passes as they come, that like they really take into consideration, like if they gave us this, like the Tangled area, for example, not the Tangled, what is it called? The Wild Tangle. The Wild Tangle is like jungle. It should have like hills and different like, areas to explore and waterways and stuff like that. So I think it makes it realistic for me. So I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite parts about it, I think.
I love the new areas. And I think part of it is like I love the foliage.
Oh boy.
That comes with the new areas and just all of that stuff. Like it's just so good.
I've been doing valley tours, and the foliage that people have incorporated in their regular valleys has completely transformed the look of these biomes. It's actually insane. Like I did a tour the other day into the Sunlit Plateau, and I was like, where the heck am I? What area is this? Like it was insane. I could not believe my eyes. I was like, wow, the way that you could use this new foliage to completely change the environment. And did you notice that when you place
and they're so, you can get them so close together.
There you can get everything so close together, and then on top of that, they
Uh,
bring new sounds. Did you notice that when you place
uh-uh.
the yeah, so when you place, like, the wild tangle specifically, when you place those trees and stuff in your biome, you'll hear those, like, the chirps from the birds. It's coming from those items. I'm almost 100% sure about that. Yeah, the new
What?
sound effects come from the new foliage. So, like, when I was in Sunlit Plateau, I heard the "wee, wee, wee," like, I don't even know how to, like, redo it, but it's like those jungle sounds. I was
I
like,
love that.
"What?" Yeah,
Oh, that's so
unless I imagine that.
cool.
It's so cool. It's so cool. I love it so much. I literally love it so much. So, for anybody who's trying the code and they're not working, you have to make sure you type it in exactly as you see it in all caps. Don't use any lowercase numbers, don't add any spaces, nothing. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that those sounds happen. But yeah, the new foliage, I mean, new foliage, a ton of new foliage,
The
new
items.
new flowers, the items. Don't even get me. I listen. If you're not a decorator, then this wouldn't matter to you. Okay,
No
so
lowercase numbers.
y'all are gonna pretend like you didn't hear that, and we're gonna move past it. We're gonna glide right past that and act like I didn't say that. Okay, just forget that that ever happened. Fantastic, um, amazing, wonderful. And what was I saying? I
Can
can't
I get
remember.
confirmation that it's icy with an E or is it ICY? Like how you actually
I
spell
think it's
icy.
ICY. Lowercase numbers for the win. Um, confirm just with an E.
Okay.
ICEY.
Okay.
Okay, Jackie's got it.
Got it.
But yeah, like the craftable items, the new furniture and decor, you can literally place them almost
I
overlapping.
know. Oh my
It's giving
gosh.
me BB dot move objects on, which was what I've been asking for. And I'm like, please redo every single item in the game to have this same thing because all of the new items can be placed right next to each other. I love it so, so much. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if they got a new graphic artist or something over there on the team, but they went crazy with the design. Like, I get up close to some of these objects and I'm like, this is gorgeous. It's so detailed.
I
Like, it's so
know. It's
detailed.
so good.
Some of the oh yeah, the tints.
The
The
tents.
tints.
The tree with the swing.
The tree with the swing.
The new like dividers.
Oh my gosh, those are amazing. Have you seen the piles of gold? There's like gems hanging
Yes.
out
I
of
I did
them.
I keep seeing stuff and I'm like, what is that item?
Oh, it's just a pile of gold. Have you the tea set, the tea sitting area that I showed on stream the other day?
Mm-hmm.
Are you joking me?
Yeah. So
Oh,
good.
I was like, yeah, yep. The shelves that can go on the
And they're
wall
all
now,
craftable.
they're all craftable. You don't have to wait for them to pop up in Scrooge's store. You can literally gather the resources. Oh yeah, the wood planks that can be put on the ground. Like I just don't. I would have bought the expansion pass just to have the items. Like
I
forget the
know.
storyline, but if I hated the storyline but saw the collections menu, I would say forget the story. I need it just simply to have the recipe, all these new craftables.
Oh,
The fact
there's
that
so
we can buy meats now.
See,
Again,
yeah, I haven't even gotten to that.
it's not.
I'm not even buying meat.
I haven't even got to the meats yet. I haven't got to the meats of this expansion
We
pass yet. But
have the
like,
meat.
I am like the chicken drumsticks. I look at all the recipes because I decorate a lot with like putting food around, like on tables and stuff, and I'm just like, these recipes are so beautiful.
So
Yes, we
good. Yeah.
have the
We
meats.
have the meat. Oh gosh. Yes, they're so good. I mean, and I feel like that again, like you said to me, I knew it was worth it
Mm-hmm.
when I bought it, and I hadn't even gone to Eternity Isle yet. And people were like, "Did you look at the foliage?" And I
Mm.
had like so many new trees and just
Oh.
like the new little the blue
Mm-hmm.
flower things and the little
Mm-hmm.
green things and the little you know the ones I'm talking about
I
though.
know. Ugh.
There's so much good stuff.
There's so much good
And
stuff.
that to
I
me
want
was
to play
worth the
right
$30.
now. Just
I
talking
do
about it makes
too.
me,
Like I'm
yeah, I just want to
ready. Let's
load the
just
game
log
up.
off and
Yeah,
play.
we'll
I don't
just
know. Oh, it's so good. And I literally, all I can think about is this is no joke, the same feeling I had when they released the 2.0 update for Animal Crossing, where it's just like you're so overwhelmed by stuff. The
hmm
difference is when
hmm
Animal Crossing did this to us, it was here you go. Oh, and by the way, this is all you're ever going to get. So
Mm.
enjoy it. What
Not happiness and
Gameloft did to
depression.
us
Yeah.
was, oh, here you go. And by the way, did you see
This
the
is just a taste.
5 other areas that you're about to go to? That you're going to get the same amount of stuff? Did you see
Can
the
we
whole
talk
other
about
side
that?
of the castle? That you're going
Can
to get
we
more
talk about
stuff?
that?
Oh,
Oh my God. Like when I walked out and realized one, just the fact that they did it in a way that it's like a
oh God, I
dock.
love it so
It's like a
much.
magical floating dock. And we see that we're having at least 5 other expansion passes to come at some point. And they're all going to have different ways that we travel
I
off to these
cannot
worlds.
wait.
I mean, are you kidding me? Like, you're talking about a game, okay, that is bringing a longevity of gameplay and tons and tons and tons of hours of content. Like, I don't have enough time right now in my personal life to travel between Disney Dreamlight Valley and Eternity Isle. I'm either in Eternity Isle or I'm in
Right.
the Valley at this point. Okay, I can't manage both of them. We're gonna have five,
I minimum.
six minimum, and that's just one gated area of the castle. They'll probably add another area on the other side. Like we're looking at a setup similar to The Sims, if we're being honest, where they just continue to release expansion passes over time and it just keeps adding to the game. And to me, I'm just like, on top of all the realm doors, yeah,
I
that are
know.
still in the castle that are
Because
gonna, don't even get me started with the complaints, because even with the expansion pass, the free content update, I haven't even started that.
the
I the
what?
most
The
the
what
free
part?
content update.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I've literally only got Jack Skeleton at
I'm
this point.
doing
Like that,
like the star path.
yeah, like there's so much to do. But like I was so blown away by that. And I'm like, if Eternity Isle is a taste, if the Ripped in Time is a taste, if they say things get better with time, we're in
If
for
every
a treat.
single one, and like, I have no reason to not believe that every single one of those ports is going to
Yeah.
be on the same level as this. They cannot, they have set the bar
Yeah.
here,
hmm
and they cannot do less than this,
No,
in my opinion.
no, they
And
can't go back.
if you just look at your new menu, your
hmm
collections tab, you know, where it's like you have the
Yep.
valley and then you have Eternity Isle, and you got that
It's a menu
whole
now.
empty space at the bottom, and they're
Yeah.
just gonna, like I
It's
could
going to
cry.
be
I'm gonna
literally,
cry. I'm
oh
gonna
yeah, don't
cry.
cry. Don't. It makes me, no, but it makes me emotional in the same way. I'm like, shock.
I know.
Not you, not the tears in your eyes.
It's just so much. It's so overwhelming, and it's just thinking about like I didn't even know that that was a place
Mm-mm.
that we were going to go in the castle. And that's what they keep doing is like, I
Yeah.
think that it's going to be something. I thought it was, when I first walked in there, I thought they had like those that roped off area. I
Yeah.
thought that's where I was going.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I was
That's what I
excited
thought
about
too.
that.
Yeah,
And
like,
then
oh,
I
we're gonna go
walked through
through
the
the door.
door and there was, oh my gosh.
Oh my, it was a magical experience. So glad I got to experience it when I did by myself, shock and
Yeah.
awe. And then the realization hitting that, like, boom, 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 boom. All of these are going to be expansion passes.
Right.
Oh, oh, I, I was just so obsessed.
And like, what do you think? Okay, let's just what do you want them to be? Because my number one I want to be is we go to the 100 Acre Wood
Oh my gosh.
to like Winnie the Pooh
Oh my god. Could you imagine if they
land.
had all the character
Are
that like the whole
you
storyline
kidding
was
me? I
oh,
would
that would be
lose
so
it.
good. That would be so, so good.
The
Yeah,
other
I would
one
love
that
that.
I feel like is more realistic is us going to Neverland, like
Mhm.
Peter Pan style. And it
That
would be
would
like
be
a
yeah.
whole, like that one, I feel like, is it Wonderland? Neverland? Did I
Yeah, I
say it
think
right?
so. Never I think it's
Neverland, right?
Neverland. Yeah. Mhm.
That I feel like,
I feel like that one, and then Alice in Wonderland would be
oh
another
gosh,
big
that would
one
be
because
so good.
that world would be so different from something that we've seen. Like they'd have to make it completely magical. Think like overgrown, huge mushrooms, iridescent, like because they're gonna give us different vibes eventually, where it's like more like different types of effects in the world and stuff. But the other one, which I'm like 50-50 on they'll ever do, is an underwater biome.
Underwater.
Like
I think they'll
I don't
do it.
I hope that they do, even if it's again, we're in a water biome and it's like we're running on the ground and like, whatever, like we're running through this. I don't know, we have on a suit or something. I don't know how they want to implement it, but like I would be so obsessed with an underwater biome where we can find like Finding Nemo, Dory, the turtle, whatever his name is.
Crush.
Yeah, Crush. And I just feel like that would be so magical. Oh, yeah, like those would be two that I'm really looking forward to for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, there's so many more. Like, does everybody understand how limitless the possibilities are? Not to mention, it's not like Disney has stopped producing movies. Like, they have endless content.
What if we go in a hot air balloon to the up area?
I wouldn't be
Like
able to
a,
purchase that expansion pass because I'd cry my way through the entire thing. I can't make it through the
we
first
get to see
5 minutes of the
Kevin.
movie. Oh my God. I would be in
Oh my
tears.
gosh.
Stop it. Because
Like that
what's
would
the
be such a cute little transportation
oh yeah,
thing.
just and
The
then
up
it sits in the
balloons.
background,
Stop.
like
Yeah.
oh yeah. That would be amazing. And imagine if it was like instead of it being like based on the movie, but like we were actually in the air. Like the world was like based
Ooh, that would
on
be
them being
nice.
in
Yeah.
the air, traveling to these different. Oh, I would be obsessed. I literally am so excited for the future of this game. I just can't. I can't even. I'm not even halfway through the expansion pass.
I know. Oh, it's so good. And just imagining, because like, there's no way they're not doing the same thing for every other DLC, right? Like
No.
every single one is going to be a new collections tab, a new
Mhm. Yeah. It's gonna have its own
new
menu, own
craftables, do this.
items.
I feel
Yeah.
like that kind of explains why, one of our biggest complaints was why are they not giving us more items
Yeah.
just like in the base game? And I wonder if
Mhm.
like this is more of their
Direction.
direction. Yeah, I
Yeah.
still think that they should give items,
Mhm.
at least like clothing or something. I don't know. They've got to do something to fix my Scrooge store being empty all the time.
Yeah, I definitely think that there needs to be something that they do about that because again, I visited a valley the other day where they didn't purchase the clothing that's in the front window so that their store still has that there. I'm really hoping they just have placeholders at some point. They do need to continue to add, base game stuff in there. I don't know how they're going to do that, but I know that there's something that we need.
Yeah.
But I think that they're going a themed route, which makes sense to me. Like again, if you want these themed or this type of stuff in your valley or this type of storyline, then this is the expansion pack that you purchase. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like, let's be if I wasn't a content creator and they dropped an expansion pass based around like the candy homes and stuff with like Vanellope and whoever else, like,
You
would
just
I
might not
buy
buy
it?
it. Right.
I'd probably buy it when it went on sale. Like I'd probably still get it, but I'd wait for it to go on sale just because that's just not my style. That's not really my vibe. But I totally think that they're setting it up in a way that, like, if they did something like that, then the items would be more candy related versus if it was an underwater biome, you'd have more aerial like esque type of stuff that you can use to decorate and experience and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like it's a theme thing.
Yeah. Don't give them any ideas. We do not game loft. We do not want a candy themed DLC.
We can pass on that.
Signed the
And
community.
yeah, we've
Thank you.
actually got plenty of candy related items. That's great. If you want to do a candy themed star path, go right ahead. Expansion pass, not for me. Not my
I
favorite.
don't even want a star pack. I don't want any more of it. If
Yeah,
you're
I got
gonna,
enough candy to be honest.
no more of
Mm,
that.
yeah.
Caroline
Yeah.
says Inside Out with Bing Bong. I have no idea who Bing Bong is.
Oh my gosh, don't watch
Do
it. You'll
you?
bawl your eyes out. Yeah.
I've seen it.
Have
Who
you
is Bing
you
Bong?
Bing Bong is you've heard the ha ha, you did it. Go save Riley. Ah ha ha. You like the sound? You've ever heard it over something? Like it's usually a sad video or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's they're on the back of like this little sled thing and they're like
Isn't
sliding
Inside
up.
Out the one with the characters like in their heads?
Yes.
No, I'm thinking of that other movie.
Yeah, the different colored little people. You ever seen the meme where it's like that red guy and he shoots fire out of his head?
Yeah.
It's like an emotion. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that. It's from
The
that
emotion
movie.
people. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, I literally was not
Oh,
expecting
the
that.
elephant?
Yeah, the
Okay.
elephant.
Okay. No one, literally, it took 700 people to say the pig elephant. Okay. I do know who that is.
The elephant. Yes, the elephant. That's him. Oh, it's so sad though. Gosh, that was so sad.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that biome would even be cool. Like, and then you have all of the different emotions and stuff. That would be so cool.
Yeah. I don't
Again,
know if
there's
they would do
endless
that because they've already
possibilities.
done so much with the Inside Out, right?
And are you thinking elemental?
Oh, maybe I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're thinking
Oh, all
elemental.
they did for Inside Out was the raccoons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Which is really good, by the way. I love those raccoons.
I do love those raccoons.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm obsessed. I love the direction that they're going in. And again, if this is the taste, I'm hooked.
It can't be anything else than this. It's already.
You can't go less.
You can't.
If anything, you gotta go more.
I keep thinking like how they could just like the whole conversation like leading up to I can't get over like the experience of walking in and seeing all of the different ports and them alluding to so many like I need to go back and watch my stream and see exactly what they said because they alluded to like a bunch of different things that are going to carry us. Like one of them was a chariot and I think someone said they think that's going to be like a Hercules one.
Yeah.
It's like there's going to be all these different things and so I'm really curious like what specific ones they've already told us.
They hint at stuff like that through like quests and they've already been hinting at a lot of that stuff. So
yeah, that's interesting.
I love the way they have it set up. And I mean, think about it. The biome, the world of Eternity Isle is the same size as our Dreamlight Valley. Like I was thinking 3 mini worlds. When we got the hint at the end of the first chapter, it was like, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get 3 mini worlds, which would still be cool. But I had literally zero expectation that it would be the same size as our valley. Like these biomes are huge. They're huge.
And we're getting 5 minimum of those.
Oh, I couldn't be more excited. Yeah. Couldn't be more excited. I know. Now, what do you think about Eve, Rapunzel, and Gaston? Just in terms of their mannerisms, like how they are, their friendship.
I love them.
Oh my gosh. Eve's my favorite.
I love them. Yeah.
I feel like Eve came with a completely different, like I've never seen any, unless I'm missing something, like nobody flies through the valley.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, she like zips up into the air and it's like.
Oh, what's going on with your camera?
Am I glitching?
Yeah, I think it fixed itself.
Oh, did it?
I think it's good for now.
No, see, now my camera trying it tonight.
Is it doing the thing?
I don't know. Okay, I think it did fix itself.
But I also love Rapunzel.
Oh, I love
But Rapunzel is one of my favorite characters anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I knew I was going to love Rapunzel. And she's just that braid. I'll tell you what the biggest disappointment of the expansion pass is. The biggest disappointment is that we didn't get that braid.
I told you weren't going to get that braid.
Well, I held on to hope. And was I disappointed?
Uh,
Yes. Did I cry inside? I did.
I thought for
I
a
absolutely
minute,
did.
like maybe they'll make it her level 10 thing.
I thought so too. Nope, my camera's still doing the thing. It's gonna bother me so badly. No.
Why does it do that?
I don't know. I can try to disconnect it and reconnect it.
Okay. We're going to pause for some technical difficulties here, and we will.
Right.
I can't wait for it to break everything
Oh my
that
God, please.
on my
I hope
end.
not. Oh my God. Don't go anywhere.
Y'all just hang around.
Maybe it's my computer. Watch my camera just never come back.
Okay, it's back.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's any better. Leanna, the
Maybe.
super chat, biggest surprise, we can put items on the crates.
Oh yeah, I
That is
love
true.
that. Yeah. Okay, is this better?
No,
Hold on, let me move around.
the camera's just not having it.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
We'll
I
just
don't know. Hold on. We can keep
I'll just
chatting.
put
I
up
can
a screen. I'll
multitask.
just put up a screenshot of you or something.
Okay, there you go. That works. If anybody wants to go ahead and add to my camera fund, that'd be great. Yep, I'm just gonna trash this one. It's gonna be great.
You need something because it's been doing
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
for a while.
It's bad.
It's time for you need an actual camera, like a
Yeah, I have
camera.
detour. I do have. Oh God. Okay, I have like an actual camera, but I need to figure it out. Not a hand drawing of Kay. Or you can.
Yeah, let's get Bree to draw a picture of Kay for us, or Natalie. Natalie's a great artist.
There we go.
Natalie can draw you.
That works.
And then we'll just put that up there instead.
Should I try to like disconnect the call and call back?
Yeah,
Or do you think that's gonna?
No, we can try that. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go to a quick. I don't have a BRB, so I'm gonna go to a quick starting soon, and then we're gonna disconnect and then come back. So y'all talk amongst yourselves.
If it doesn't work, we'll just deal with a glitchy K.
Hello?
Hello? Fingers
Oh
crossed.
no! I did the thing again.
That's okay. At least you can see me.
Well, we couldn't for a second.
Oh.
All right.
Wow.
We're
Are you guys
back.
enjoying?
Was that fun? Little intermission?
Just a light technical
You know,
difficulty. We like to keep you on your toes.
as the podcast goes, we get a little more casual
Mm-hmm.
every episode. Originally, we were like, we're gonna
It's to be
stay on
perfect.
topic. We're gonna be great. We're gonna put this on podcast services. Nope, this is
It's
what you see is what you get,
Yep.
and
At least
here
you
we
guys see
are.
the behind the scenes. Here we are.
Yeah. Shout out to Cleo, by the way. Composer Cleo made that music for us, and
Oh my
I
gosh,
love that
yes.
music as well.
It's so good.
So that's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Kay is
Okay.
back. What are we talking about?
Breeze drawing for one.
We-
Somebody said should we talk about multiplayer? We definitely are going to talk about
We
multiplayer.
do need to talk about multiplayer. Yeah, do you want to go into that?
We might as well go into the free content update because
Okay.
what else can we say about the expansion pass other than it being absolutely amazing? I think we've touched a lot of the bases.
Yeah. Definitely
The free
worth
content.
it.
Yeah, definitely worth it. 100%. The free content update. Let's talk about multiplayer first because I feel like that was the biggest part of the free content update. Maybe that's a personal opinion, but to me, besides everything, multiplayer coming to DDV in the way that it did was a huge selling point, I think, for me. Like, amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I have not had any issues with multiplayer at all. Like,
I don't think I have either. I mean, I think one time it took a little bit for someone to get there. Like the loading was a little bit long, but I don't mind it so much because it doesn't impact me.
Yeah.
Like I can still run around while they're loading.
Yeah.
I don't love that I can't do something myself while they're loading, but again, like I think all of that's going to come in time. And I think that's something that people forget or choose to electively not consider. Because I do think there's a lot of poo-pooing on the multiplayer. And
if I could roll my eyes.
The multiplayer is a work in progress, and they have made that very clear since the beginning that they are going to continue to add stuff to it.
I just want to be blunt for the sake of just being clear.
Okay.
Why did anybody have an expectation that it was going to be anything other than what they told us it was going to be in the showcase? I'm so sorry, but like,
I think I need my Gucci lipstick for this one because I really don't know.
Like, I was genuinely shocked when we were having conversations about things that they never told us was coming with this first iteration. Because one, they made it very clear that this first pass at multiplayer is a first class, and we're going to continue to make improvements and changes over time. So that's number one. Not a direct quote, but pretty much what they said. Number two, they told us exactly what we were going to be able to do. They told us that you were going to be able to shop Scrooge's store, share items, and take a look around. That's what they gave us.
Right. Yeah.
Why is it like, I don't know.
And anything else was going to be extra.
Anything else would have been extra and a plus. But like when people were like shocked, like, oh my God, multiplayer is so basic. I'm like,
yeah. Why did we think otherwise? Why did we think otherwise?
And I don't know about anybody else, but if you can remember back to when we first had conversations about multiplayer, I was like, multiplayer is going to be something where you start a new game and you can play with your friends through blah, 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 blah. And that's it. Like, I had very, very low expectations again. And it just brings me back to this whole, like, putting DDV on this insane pedestal, expecting them to just be like the god of games. And it's just like,
yeah,
I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it because to me, the ability to come and just share resources for one, Are you joking me? Like resources forever has been a thing in DDV. Like being able to just say, "Hey, here's 200 iron, take it and be free." That's like a positive in and of itself. But shopping Scrooge's store,
I know. So good.
how many items have you gotten that you haven't had in the past just from talking with the community and coming over and like grabbing stuff?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It
I got
frustrates
my water pump from someone.
me.
And then I got you the water pump because I got that from someone else.
Ugh, I don't know. It stresses me out. Like, and I try not to like feed into it because everybody is entitled to their own opinions and to feel how they feel about stuff. But like, I just hate when something is told to you and is told and somebody tells you exactly what it's like saying, "Hey, if you come on this trip with me, we're gonna lay around in bed all day and then go to the beach twice, and then we're coming back home." And then you get there and you're like, "Oh my God, we didn't go on an excursion. We didn't go on a boat tour. We didn't go here. We didn't do that." And it's like, I told you we weren't doing any of those things. So it's like, to me, it's just like, I don't know why we're upset about them giving us exactly what they told it we're going to give us.
Right.
And especially when we know it's going to change. Like,
Well, and I think on the dreaded Twitter, I saw people saying, like, oh, well, they should have waited then. They shouldn't have given it to us with this, you know,
boo.
just this. Why?
Why? Why?
If we have this and this works and it works well, why wait?
I
Why
didn't
wait
expect,
when you can
yeah.
when they can give us this? Because there
I
are
did.
things that we can do.
I'm actually worked up. I can feel the frustration rising. And I'm just like, so here's the alternative. Let me get this straight. The alternative would have been them waiting to bring multiplayer to the game, making it exactly how they think we want it, giving it to us, and then saying, "That's it. This is multiplayer. These are the features that you're getting. This is it." Like, wouldn't you prefer them roll out a feature like this in sections and say that they're going to take our feedback and they're going to continue to improve it and they're going to continue to make it better versus just giving us something and telling us that's the feature? Like, sometimes I just don't like why. And yeah, like you said, why would we wait?
I don't get it. I
Tell
don't
me what the
understand.
benefit to that would be if they give us the first three things that we can do, and then they give us in an update, they give us another two things that we can do, and in another update. Like, what's the point? Like, wouldn't you rather be able to trade items and get resources and stuff now?
Right.
I'm sorry, I just
Yeah, I don't
I
understand that at all.
I just feel like sometimes people just cannot find a single thing to be happy about. That's how I honestly feel about it. And honestly, I should probably stay off Twitter because Twitter is probably one of the most toxic places to exist. Yes, I think that it would be nice to be able to sit and it would be able to still use your tools and stuff. But you know what? I think that the reason why they didn't do it is to protect your valleys. Because
Hmm.
imagine this for a second. DDV implements a new feature that's still not fully finished, that they're still experimenting with learning how to evolve and change, but they've allowed people to come to your valley and do everything. Open chests, take stuff out of your house, go in your houses and stuff without you knowing where they're at, gathering your resources. And somebody you invite over comes over and just takes a chest full of stuff, or opens up your moonstone chest, or opens up your other chest around your valley and starts stealing things. Now, that taking that into consideration, you tell me which version would you prefer?
Right.
Because I can tell you right now, I'd much rather you protect the valley as it is right now than give me a multiplayer feature where I have to start submitting tickets to say I invited somebody over and they stole stuff from me, like that I can't get back.
Yeah. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but I love the fact that I'm the one who has to allow people into Scrooge's store and into my house.
Yes.
Like, I make
Because
that decision.
yeah, imagine like if somebody could just run into any house, like how would you find them?
Right. And obviously, like, these are people that I'm inviting. Like, it's not just
Mhm.
random people. So
Right.
if I'm inviting you to my valley, chances are I probably trust you.
Yeah.
But I like to be able to, like, okay, I'm in charge of what's going on while we're here.
And where we're going.
And like maybe
Mhm.
I haven't had a chance to look at my Scrooge store yet. I haven't bought what I wanted to, so I don't want you to go in there and shop. I have that option. I do think
Yeah.
there's other ways they could implement something like this, like a
Yeah.
best friend system of some sort, and like
Mhm.
allowing people to do different things in your
Yeah.
valley.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, like Palia, like you could like let people do different things, like a toggle system or
right.
something.
But I do think
Mhm.
that's probably one of the things that they're working on. I just do not understand. But I can't, I always say Twitter is like one of my favorite social medias for whatever reason because I just think it's so easy. It's just like fun to go over there and like post silly stuff and see silly stuff.
Yeah.
And then until someone just has some like outlandish opinion. But here's my problem with Twitter is that I struggle so hard with the need to remind everyone that I am right. And so I really have to tone it down.
Yeah.
I
I just
really have to hold my bite my
I
tongue, keep my
yeah.
thoughts to myself.
I see so much that I just choose not to interact with because I know that if I do, that I'm just going to spiral. And it's
Oh
just
yeah.
going to be a continuous, never ending, like just debate about something that I just am not going to debate about because I have my feelings towards it. You have your feelings, whatever, it's fine. But I mean, I just personally feel like them saying that they're giving us a multiplayer feature that's going to continue to change and get better can only be a positive. Like, yes, nobody is disagreeing that not being able to use your tool ring or sit down or do anything like that is a little restrictive. Yes. Um, not being able to take pictures is something we all want to do. Having a best
Mm-hmm.
friend system would be great. I mean, there's a lot of things that we would love to be able to do, but again, that could more than likely come in the future as they continue to, improve the feature. So I don't know. It was very frustrating for me.
Yeah. And a lot of opinions from, I can't remember if you said this or someone in the chat, just people who don't even play it. So it's kind of like, I don't need to go off on a whole tangent
Oh
about
my
that.
God.
But
Don't
like,
even get me started.
it's fine to have an opinion, but I do think like knowing the facts is important when you're
Can
having an
we have an
opinion.
opinion though? Can we can we not let's just here's my thing. Let's not so heavily debate and be so heavily opinionated on a game we don't care about.
Yeah.
Is that
I
fair?
mean, I
Is
can
that
see
fair to
that.
say? Like, you don't see me going over into the Fortnite community like, oh my God, this is so dumb. Like, do you play the game? No, but I still think that this is stupid. Huh? And there's I'm sorry, like, this is just my opinion, but there's way too many people who are not invested in DDV, not reading updates, not reading blog posts, not playing the game. And you have, like, and you're over here debating any aspect of the game on whether it's fair, right, good, or bad, and you don't even have it downloaded on your platform that you're playing. What? How can I have a conversation with you when you don't play the game, babe?
Yeah. No, I
What are we
get
gonna talk
that.
about? Theories, theoreticals. Sorry,
Theoreticals.
theoreticals. Like, sorry, that's just my opinion. I know people may not agree with it. People may say, I can still have an opinion on the game, and I don't mind people having an opinion. I just don't think you
I
should
think
be
there's a
like,
difference between having an opinion on why you aren't playing the game
yeah,
and having an opinion on every single aspect of the game
an emotional opinion too. Like you're
and
clearly upset.
getting mad at people who enjoy the game
Right,
for enjoying it. I think
right.
that's different because
I don't
like
play DDV and you shouldn't because XYZ.
this and this and this. Right. Right. Well, while we're on fun hot topics, let's have a little conversation about okay, so the game is officially official. It's out.
Mhm.
Last time we spoke, it was not. It was still in
Mhm.
early access. We've released. We have a DLC. Um, how I think I know how you feel about
Mhm.
the ultimate decision for them to make this a paid game. It is not free to play.
Mhm.
They have the DLC paid. How do you think the community is feeling about that? And how do you think, have opinions changed? Have we all, is everyone just forgotten it? Was it just like, we had that, it was like a 7 day span where everyone was
Mhm.
literally losing their minds. Like, I don't know if y'all recall,
Yeah.
but I mean, me and Kay were fighting for our lives
Lives.
over here, okay?
We were struggling. We were down bad.
So is that, are we good? Is everyone good?
I would just like to know if anybody's opinion has like if someone who had a specific opinion, if their opinion has changed now. Like, are you still feeling the same way, or are you still like, no, actually, I do like this. Now that I see it, I think that this is good. Like, I'd love to know what someone thinks about that.
Yeah. Well, obviously Kim's opinions haven't changed. Shocker. I'm so shocked to hear that, Kim.
We couldn't have guessed that one.
Oh gosh.
Also, I do want to just put a disclaimer, and I guess I have to do this now, but like when I state my opinion, and I guess I'll say this for Cato too, but Cato, you correct me if I'm wrong. When I state my opinion about something, especially on something where it's like there's a clear side of which you're on, this is not directed towards anybody specific. And just be mindful, if you have an opinion different from mine, it's not just you who has that opinion. There are 100,000 other people who probably share that same opinion with you. And these are conversations happening online. So I don't want anybody, any person, or any creator to think that this is directed towards something that you've said that you think we may have seen or heard. And it's like subliminal anyway. Like, it's never going to be that. Just know that you're not the only person having the conversation. And this is our podcast is meant to be a place where we can have conversations about opinions that are happening in our community, or opinions that Cato and I have. And I just feel like we have to put that out there, because if we don't, then people try to take things to heart, and that's not the intention of the
Yeah.
podcast. So
Yeah.
just throwing that out
There's
there.
definitely lots of people who have the same feeling about the whole free to play thing. I mean,
Yeah.
everything.
Hmm.
There's no one person, unless your name is Kimberly Conrad and you have a wrench next to your name, then you should feel targeted. But other than
Yeah.
that, no.
Not
Um,
Argo. I feel targeted.
um, yeah, I think I don't know. I have not seen as much negative about. I don't know if I've seen anyone talking about the free to play thing. I mean, maybe people who were upset about it just were like, okay, I'm not playing anymore,
Yeah.
and kind of like went their own way or something. I don't know.
I feel like you. I haven't seen a lot of, I feel like it died off and then it just never, like, I think that more people were like excited about the expansion pass after seeing people, especially after seeing people play. I think people were
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, yeah.
I my assumption is Gameloft knew they knew that what they
Hmm.
had was good enough to get them through the. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of times when something like that happens, everyone is like enraged about it until they find something else to be enraged about.
It's a passing thing.
And so it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, we just gotta
Weather the
keep
storm.
going, figure it
Hmm.
out until they move on to the next thing, and then they'll be upset about that, and then we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it's definitely like this won't be the first time, and it won't be the last time people are upset about something for about DDV.
yeah, I see people bring up a lot of times Speedstorm. Do you know
Yeah.
anything about? Like, I know what it is. I know it's a racing game, but I don't really know the mechanics behind it and like why everyone compares that. I guess that one did go free to play, and then was it like a bad situation? I don't really
I
know.
That's all I know about it. I've never played it, and I know that people say the argument is that they played it, it went free to play, and then it just completely died. Like something happened and it just wasn't great anymore. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, but that's exactly what I heard.
Okay. Argos has lots of microtransactions for everything, but like
Wait, in what game? Oh, in
Speedstorm.
Speedstorm. So see, but that's the gripe people have with free to play games. which is
That's what
why we
I
spend.
don't. I feel
That's
like
what I
we
was
have.
confused about. Like the entire argument with the free to play issue is the microtransactions, and the current argument with the game was microtransactions, but then everybody wanted it to be free to play. So I was like,
That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand. And I don't remember if it was last time we were here or the time before that or whatever, but like I just literally, it was like I had that revelation. Like,
yeah,
y'all are upset that this is not going free to play
yeah,
because you don't want it to cost money, but then everything is going to be behind a microtransaction. I do not understand
yeah. I couldn't
how
find a
these
single
two
person to explain that.
things exist.
I just don't. I don't know.
Like
Same. I was
you're
confused.
going to have to pay for it whether it's you pay the $30 or you pay with it
I
microtransactions.
think JoJo mentioned earlier in chat. JoJo said something like, imagine that every time you went to like mine a rock and you needed energy, they were like, gotta spend some moonstones if you want to
Oh
either wait 30
gosh.
minutes or spend 30 moonstones to get your energy back. Like that would have been insanely,
Oh, I would have been
that would have been
done.
insane.
I think that would have
Also,
been enough.
I see some comments. Lisa Loves Pie says, I was mad for a day. And then after hearing everyone talk about it being a positive thing, I realized how right they were. And it changed my opinion completely. Sprouts says, I still feel like I wish they had waited to release the DLC until a bit later and polished it just a little more and not had it the same time as the base update, which I've heard that too. Like it was so much with the base update and the expansion pass.
Hmm.
Um, so I've heard that as well. And then DJ said, so I came back to DDV because of the updates. I stopped right before Stitch because I wasn't sure of the future of the game, but now it's my second most played game behind Animal Crossing, hour wise.
Okay.
So good. Yeah, that's interesting to hear or read.
Yeah.
Um, I could get how do you feel about the content being released at the same time? That's definitely an interesting one that I've heard a couple of times.
I think that's another situation where they were trying to please two very different crowds. For
Yeah.
me, I obviously there is a lot of stuff in the base game, but if I had just gotten that update and not the DLC, I don't know if I would be as excited about everything.
Yeah.
Like I think I would have been, but it's just like it needed that oomph. And I
Yeah.
almost feel like it needed that to like that hope for the future of the DLCs to like
Mhm.
get them in this positive direct. They're in a very positive place right now in
Yeah.
the community, in my opinion, from everyone. So I think they needed both.
So you think it was like they needed to feel like jam packed so that
Yeah.
people were like, yeah, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they needed to prove that going paid was the right decision and why it was the right decision. And I think having both was necessary for that
Yeah.
because, like, the whole model shifting to paid plus paid DLC from just a free to play
Mhm.
is kind of like lumped in together. And I think they all needed to happen at the same time
Yeah.
to prove the model,
Agreed.
even if it was a lot of stuff all at once. I don't know if necessarily I mean, I guess the other stuff is going to come with updates in the future too. I don't know if they'll be as big as this update or not because it's like this one had multiplayer and
Mhm.
Jack and blah 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 whatever else.
Do you
Um,
think that they should in the future separate them? Like free content update maybe like a week before an expansion pass drops, or do you prefer that they put it all at once together? Because for me, it's kind of like
mm,
I just pick and choose what I want to do and when I want to do it. So it doesn't bother me that much. But I also understand the other side of people who get very overwhelmed at like, because when we loaded into the game, it was like quest, 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 quest. So like
right.
I can see that being really overwhelming too. So I wonder if there was a way or how you would feel about them releasing it separately, even if it's not that far apart, but just so people can start with one versus another.
I think I like it all together.
Hmm. Yeah.
Just because it's like it becomes like an event, like it's a big day, like update
There's
and
so
DLC, and it's just there's something for everyone, whether you're getting the DLC or not. And I also think in their eyes, like they know people are going to be logging in on update day. They need to
Mhm.
release that DLC at the same time to hopefully convert purchases for the
Yeah,
DLC.
on the business side,
Mm-hmm.
all of the excitement that's generated around new content, you're probably gonna get the most amount of sales when people are, like, happiest, most excited, and everybody's talking about it, so it's like, you might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Mhm.
Like, oh, I'm here. Look how fun this looks. Yeah, I'll just pay the
Mhm.
$30 and let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like it.
The only thing I will say is dream snaps, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, are taking a hit. Like, I am like, I just don't have time to focus on these don't get me don't get me wrong, I'm still
You're doing it.
doing my dream snaps, but they are very much like, take a pic, I gotta get back. I gotta get back because I cannot I can't do both. I can't spend 3 hours on my dream snaps and Eternity Isle. It'll go back to normal, I know eventually, but my dream snaps definitely took a hit.
I don't know. My holiday dream snap, if I
Yeah, that
don't
was
get 4K for that, I'll be upset about it.
you're definitely getting 4K for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
it's one of my favorites that I've done.
Yeah.
I'm not very excited about this one.
I didn't see what's the theme of this one? I didn't see it.
It's an outfit challenge and it's like dress like you're going to the Disney park.
Hmm? They didn't want to do like show us
Your
outfit
favorite winter
your
outfit?
winter outfit
Mm.
or get in your best dressed new year, new you outfit. Like you could have gone like completely change your look to this type of theme for the new year, something like that. Like
Yeah. I don't know.
they've been struggling with they
If
lost
we
all the
don't get 2024 Mickey ears, by the way, I'll
yeah.
be very upset.
Yeah, that's actually a necessity.
2024. Oh, that would be so cute.
And how cute would that be?
Yeah.
Honestly, you might just have to make them yourself.
Me.
Just do
Touch of
20
magic.
touch of magic tool. Feb, where are you? We need
Yeah.
Feb.
We need 2024 ears. Yeah.
Oh
I don't know.
gosh.
I mean, I'm definitely going to do it. I haven't missed a dream snap yet.
Yeah, same.
And I highly recommend if you're not doing dream snaps that you do dream snaps. I have tried to calm down on making people feel like I'm forcing them to do their dream snaps.
Yeah, another unpopular opinion, but like I don't care about
I don't care if you feel like I'm forcing you to do your dream snaps.
I don't care. First of all, do your dream snaps. Okay. Second of all, the microtransactions that exist in the game are a non-factor. Sorry. I don't see another argument or a debate about that where people are like, well, it's not going free to play, but there's still microtransactions. There are not because they're giving the moonstones away for playing the game.
Right.
So you don't have to purchase a single moonstone. All you have to do is do your dream snaps each week and you'll have enough moonstones to purchase things from the shop. So sorry. I know that that's not a popular opinion, but that's how I feel about that as well. If you don't have moonstones, it's because you're not doing your dream snaps. They're literally giving moonstones away in codes. Like
Right.
at this point, it's not even a real currency. It's just like a thing.
It's just another, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Even if you don't have anything, take a picture.
Just take a picture and submit it. You
Put
get
out a couple
350
things, get your
moonstones.
300 moonstones, move on to the next week, and
I feel like it's harder to get 350 moonstones than it is to get 900 plus. Like I think it's so easy to get like 900 plus moonstones each week just from taking the most basic photo. Like all you have to do is make sure you have all of the filters, all of the filtered stuff in your photo and take a picture and you're more likely to get 900 than 300.
yeah. They also repeat, like, when an update comes out, they obviously have like all new stuff in the premium shop. But that was like 1 week because was it 2 weeks? How many weeks did they have all new stuff in the premium shop? 3, 2, 3, and
2 weeks.
then it starts to repeat. So like now this week there's only one
One new thing.
one new thing and 3 repeats.
Yeah.
So like you may not have enough to cover everything in the shop the first time it comes around, but if you keep doing your dream snaps, that stuff is going to repeat.
Yeah,
And
all
you
you need to do
just
is make sure you have enough moonstones for every star path that's released. That gives you months in between each star path to focus on collecting moonstones in order to purchase the star path. Everything that's in the premium shop is will come back around. So you will be able to get it even if it's not right away. So,
also,
um,
if you're someone who's not getting the scores that you want and you're open to critique, feel free to post them in our discords and people will help you improve your picture. Now don't go in there and post it and then get mad if someone says, hey, you need to put this here, put that there, this is what I would do. But if you're open to critique and you're open to people trying to give you ideas to help your picture, go post them in Discord. And
yeah,
people
get some
will go
help.
over there and help you and get you some more moonstones. I mean,
I
nothing's
mean,
guaranteed, but if you think about it, our communities, while they feel large, are such a small portion of the entire Dreamlight Valley community. And overall, like the pictures that y'all are putting together, like
not
if
even
you think about like
close.
all the people who are posting like 4,000, 4,000, 4,000 every week, like we have like the cream of the crop. Like we're getting like Kellen got first place. Congrats to
Yeah,
Kellen.
congratulations, by the way. That
Lisa's
is
Lisa's
so
getting
great.
top 3 every week. Like people are
Basically, yep.
producing these amazing pictures.
There's tips and
So
ways to get
go
more.
get you some help.
I literally, and I don't know if this is a good example or a bad example, and not to go off on a dream snap tangent, but I have been basically throwing stuff together. Like I'm talking about spending maybe 30 minutes on my dream snaps, and for 2 weeks I got 4K. One of the weeks it was the jean outfit. I literally threw on I had a skirt over jeans. The outfit was horrible. Like it literally was so ugly, but my only focus was to get as many of the filtered items, like,
Right.
just being over the amount. If it was 5 and 3, I had like 11 and 13 of each. So I just took a picture in front of a waterfall square crop with a companion, and I got 4K. It took me 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So like they don't really require that much effort is what I'm trying to say. So it's like just do them and see what you can get. You're not going to get 4K every time, but
Yeah.
I got one and doing one in under 15 minutes. And I normally spend 3 hours on my dream
I
snaps.
think
Some of
especially for the outfits, sorry to cut you off. I think
No, you
especially for
didn't
the
know.
outfits, you have to focus less on them like looking cute and like what you would want to wear. You need to
Yeah.
go into every single category. You got to go to the
Mhm.
hats, you got to go to the necklaces, you got to go to this, that. Put on something from every single one.
Mhm.
You're at a very you're at a disadvantage. Not to say you can't get 4K if you do it. You're at a disadvantage if you use a costume, like the overalls. You're
Never
at a
use a
disadvantage,
costume.
or a dress, even a dress. You need to
Mhm.
be able to layer. You need to paint. You need the pants, the skirt,
Yeah.
you could do even shorts under a skirt, and that counts as
Tops.
two separate items. You need the top with a coat.
Yep.
A scarf can go over a necklace.
Think
A
New York
hat.
City in the middle of winter.
You need
Okay.
as many tags as you can use.
Layer on layer on layer.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
that's just going to like up. Again, no one knows and no one's ever going to know the algorithm for Dream Snaps. But
Mhm.
it's been proven, especially with the outfit challenges, that the more tags you have, the higher rank that you're going to get. And
Mhm.
that's just going to make it easier for you to get a higher score at the end, however that's calculated.
Mm.
I I think as far as the tags go, that it's like they have the tags, there's some kind of cap. And I don't
Mhm.
think the cap is at like 3 out of 3. I think there is a cap like maybe it's 5 out of 3 or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like a little bit over,
Mm.
especially for the furniture ones. Like I don't think if you put 700 items in there that your rank is significantly better than someone who's putting 12 of the item. I think they
Agreed.
cap it at some point.
At some
Otherwise,
point.
everyone would just cheat and put 700 items. But for the clothing, especially, put on something from every single category.
Mhm.
I promise you, it will
I don't
higher
think
your chances.
I've never gotten anything under 900 for an outfit challenge, and that's because for the outfit challenge specifically, I layer as much as
Hmm.
possible, like literally as much as possible. And but that also goes for all of, like, even decor. Like when it comes to decor, it's the easiest to do because you can literally hide things in the background and get as many items for in those filters as you want.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it just, there are tips and ways to do it. So like Kato said, if you aren't a part of our discords and want to, I would highly recommend joining. And we have a really safe, a really happy to help community. So I would definitely recommend you posting a picture, asking for feedback. I see people do it all the time. Like, should I use a filter or no filter? What should I do? Or what should I change? And people are always happy to help. So
Agree.
definitely recommend.
Yep.
Definitely recommend.
We always go on a dream snap tangent.
Yeah, we're dream snap mommies. We have to tell people to do their dream snaps. It's just,
I really calmed it down because I do think people were like getting mad that I was saying to do the dream snaps. And it was just like, became too much. So I was
yeah,
just
I
like, you
mean,
know
I
what?
just
Like,
left
I'm
it
going to
at,
encourage you.
yeah.
I strongly encourage you to do your dream snaps. I'm not going to be
Yeah.
mad at you if you don't. I'll be a little disappointed. And I also, if you don't do your dream snaps, I don't want to hear about you not being able to afford the stuff in the premium shop. That's all I'm
Well,
going to say.
that was my thing. And that's, I think, a good way to go back, because one thing I want to talk about is the premium shop and the Star Path. I don't know about you, but I'm really
But I'm
glad
feeling
that I
22.
was spending 3 hours on all my dream snaps leading up to this new free content update, because the Star Path and the premium shop,
Oh my gosh.
baby. I
I
I said,
know.
"Oh, okay. Yeah, all right." I see what y'all really were not playing around. This was not a game to Game Loft, okay? They may have game in their name, but they took this very seriously.
Yeah.
Because when I saw those, we how many new wings do we have?
Oh,
3 or 4?
so many new wings. I think it's three, including the one in the Star Path.
I
Because there
mean,
was the
it's
Star Path one, and then the
mhm,
Tinkerbell ones, and then the
the
Raven
Raven.
Raven ones.
Uh, the first when I saw the first premium shop, I said to myself, doesn't get any better than that. And then it got better the next week.
The fairy house.
The fairy house,
The shock I felt when I saw the fairy house.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
I never expected that they would do a house like that, especially so soon after the mushroom house.
I mean, they're literally at this point just giving away house skins. They're like, just whatever you're trying to create, take all the house skins you want. Because I'm like, how many more are y'all going to give us? Like, I was genuinely shocked. And then this week with the deer, the luminescent deer,
Oh, I know. I love the deer.
can you imagine what kind of designs you can do with that?
I
Where you can
love
put it?
the deer.
I mean, they're just so pretty and so well done. And the wings, those Tinkerbell wings have got to be one of my most favorite items in the game. Like, even just putting them on and looking at the wings in the light. If you haven't done this, go into your game, look at the wings, how they hit the light. There's literally like a glare when the light hits the wings, and they're like iridescent, almost like rainbow-esque. Like, they're just so beautiful to me. They're just so perfect.
I love that.
Oh,
The
so good. And
wings with the tools,
yeah.
like wearing the wings and carrying around those Beauty and the Beast
Oh,
tools.
don't even get me started on the tool skins. Oh my gosh. Oh my
Like, I
gosh.
feel so amazing, like carrying around my little hourglass, which we
Yeah.
didn't even talk about, by the way, during the DLC.
Oh,
The
yeah.
tool
Oh my gosh.
to get
We have
the,
to talk about the hourglass. We'll save that. We could save that
yeah.
for, but
But I
that,
love
yeah,
it. I
it's
love
beautiful.
walking
The
around with it.
petals falling off of it
The
when you're
only
like,
thing I don't like, and this is talking about the tool, so I'm sorry. I'm tired of seeing those big orbs in my valley.
yeah,
I wish that
they,
they were on Eternity Isle. I don't mind them being on Eternity Isle. I wish they weren't in my valley.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to find the treasure in my valley if I want to look for it, but not the orbs
Yes.
because they're like
Yes.
everywhere. But again, it goes back to that conversation we've had in the past where I'm like, give us a way to toggle. We're so far
Off.
into the game at this point that some people have, not me, but some people, I am still resource broke, but some people have chests and chests and chests full of stone and rock and herbs. Like it's time to introduce a toggle that says, turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off, whatever resource it is, so that we don't have to constantly clean our valleys or constantly, get these orbs out of the way or whatever. Like,
Do you think
we
they'll
need to be
do
able to
that?
custom. I think they're going to have to. Because if not, we're stuck in a world where there's going to be a cap where people can collect a certain amount of things. Like we're not just going to keep adding chests for wood or chests for stone to get it out of the way. Right now, what you can do is start to hide those resources instead of picking it up behind buildings and stuff so that they just don't respawn. But I think that they're going to have to add some kind of toggle to turn it off because it's annoying when you have a finished valley and you've decorated it and there's wood everywhere, you know, or these big orbs or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, I don't think they'll have to add it, but I think it would be really nice if they did.
Lisa
I mean,
says we can use vacuums now to remove all spawning items. I don't have a vacuum.
I don't have a vacuum
I don't
yet,
even
but
know how a vacuum works.
does the vacuum have a cap
Like, am
though?
I
Like a
like,
right.
is this like a
It's one,
Roomba? Or we got to
it's
talk in
one of the
Dyson?
machines and it picks everything up, but I'm imagining it has an inventory space too, right? Or am I wrong? Because I don't have them placed down yet. So do they have an inventory plate like where they just stop pulling things? Or
Does it just like
I don't know.
vacuum? Is it like a Ghostbuster? Like I'm vacuuming it into my bag or what? Like,
Not a Ghostbuster. I'm dead.
I don't
I am
know.
dead.
I don't know.
Mm, 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 mm.
I think, okay, first of all, I agree they need to fix the toggle for the villagers on the map. I love that they introduced this feature where you can get rid of the villagers in your valley. Mine
Mhm.
does not work. I do the thing where
Mine does.
I kick them out and then I go in the house and I come back out. They're still there. They're literally always there. I think part of the problem is that I have quests with like literally everybody right now. Like my quest
Mhm.
list is just
They're literally so long.
insane. I wish they would change it to where I understand why they
Active
need to
quest.
show up active. Like if I track a quest, they're there.
That's when they pop up. Yes. It shouldn't just be because a quest is in your, because it defeats the purpose. There are
Right.
so many people in the game that are not far enough along and they have so many quests to
Yeah.
still do. If it's not a tracked quest, it shouldn't
Get
be
rid
in
of
it.
them. I don't want them there. I'm not
And
focused on them.
also, to your point, if I remove them from my valley, take the house.
Yeah.
Get the house out of there, okay? Or at least let me pick it up and put it in my inventory or something. There is no point of me removing Ariel from my valley and her rainbow house still being stuck in the middle of the ocean. Like, I really need a solution to get Vanellope's house out of my valley. I do. Because if not, I'm using those bamboo trees and I'm creating a square and it's just going to go in the square in the back and it's going to be completely hidden by trees. I can't take it. I can't stand looking at that house any longer. I'm sorry. I hate it.
I really think that it's going to be an option. Just the way that they have that screen set up, like when you go into your furniture mode, you're in your inventory with the houses and it has that little number there where it'll have
Mhm.
like it says 0 because it's placed, but
Yeah.
it has the space for there to be a 1 next to the villager homes.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be able to start taking them out and it's just going to
I
say
hope so.
1 next to the home and they're in our
It only
inventory.
makes sense, right? It really only makes
Yeah,
sense.
there's no reason. Like when I
And they should disappear immediately because people were saying go in your house and come back
no,
out.
no, it
And
needs to be immediately.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like if she's there next to me and I go in there, she should disappear.
Yeah, she's got to go.
Like I don't care
Especially
if it
because
ruins the immersion. I don't think it's working properly. I think
I don't
it's
think so either.
glitch and
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
haven't
they got
felt this
bigger
way.
fish to fry with that that pixel
The
glitch issue,
pixel.
but
Hmm.
it's definitely one that I think they'll patch up soon because I'm just like you, like if I'm doing my dream snap, I want to be able to If somebody comes walking up to me, you're out of
Bye.
here. But goodbye.
I
And I
want
just want to
no
go,
one
poof.
to be in my valley when I'm doing my dream
Nobody.
snap.
Nobody. I want to be able to turn it off for every
I mean,
single
really.
person and only have the character, one character if I want. Like if I want them in the picture, I can have them there. But yeah.
Yep. Pockets, thank you so much for the 9 months and thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I
Thank you,
appreciate that so
Pocket.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah, they should just disappear.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that DDV is going in the direction of letting us, they are moving in the direction of letting us become more tailored and customized in our own valleys. So I can totally see them refining these features and adding toggles in the future. Like I would also, we've talked about this before, just love to be able to control the weather as well.
Mm.
Like, if I want the fog on, let's just toggle something really quickly to introduce fog into the valley. It's that type of stuff has no effect on gameplay and should be something that we can just control, especially when it comes to things because dream snaps are such a huge thing too. Like being able to really control the environment would be so nice, I think.
Are you less excited about dream snaps now that all the new stuff is here?
Yes. For me personally, I like it's still a priority for me every week, but it's not my top priority. Like I've got my brain is so focused on everything in Eternity Isle that I'm just like, there are certain prompts that excite me. Like I got excited about the Christmas one. I already had a room decorated, so it made it easy. But there are certain prompts that, to be fair, the prompts recently haven't been great. But if I resonate with the actual challenge or the prompt, then I'm like, oh yeah, let's get this dream snap going. But if it's not something super exciting to me, then I'm just like, I'm just submitting this so I can get back to the aisle.
Yeah, you've had several recently where you're doing it like night before, not even on stream, just last
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, just gotta get it submitted and get going.
My problem is I'm running out of room to do
Yes.
them.
Mhm.
So that's where I am right now with dream snaps. I
Which is my
just
one issue with decorating.
right.
That's why when I'm looking at all you guys with these super
Where are you doing?
decorated valleys, I'm like, where are you doing your dream? Are you just taking pictures of your, like, are you deleting stuff?
Yeah, because I think parts of my valley look nice, but if I try to take a picture of them, it looks like
Yeah.
garbage. Like
Yeah.
this looks bad in a
Yeah.
picture. So I
Oh my
don't know what
gosh.
people are doing.
Ken says, I propose a special Dream Snap zone where you can control everything and we don't have to touch our valleys to make room.
Please.
Could you imagine how cool it would be to just spawn into an area or go into a Dream Snap
Like a
room
creative
that you can,
mode.
a creative mode, and you can just choose the type of environment, the weather, inside, out. Oh gosh, it would be so cool.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love that. Do I think
Yeah.
they'll do it? No, but I think that it would
Mm-mm.
be amazing.
Because I think that we take it, I don't want to say too seriously. I think we are the minority in regards to like the effort that we're putting into dream snaps.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think other people are doing that.
I
So
don't
I
think
don't
so
think it's
either.
a priority at all for them to have this dream snap world. They're just like, just take a pic. Y'all are doing too much.
Yeah.
If they
I mean,
saw that I did a stream for 3 hours working on my dream snap photo, they would be like, that's
all right,
not
babe.
what we meant.
No, literally, I think because we're creators and a lot of other people who are like decorators and have a creative mindset are really taking it seriously just because decorating is fun and a part of what we do. But I don't think that it's like, I don't think that's what majority of the, community, the DDV community is doing.
Yeah, Game Loft thinks we've lost it, I think.
Lost it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is definitely glitched, not being able to remove the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that's a patch that they come out with soon. Um, what else? One thing I can say as a double-edged sword for me is Jack
Skellington. Mm-hmm.
Skellington, his
Skeleton.
skeleton, his house. I love the outside, hate the inside.
Really? I think the inside's cute.
The
I
inside,
think that someone else could have decorated it better,
yeah, it's
but I
not
think
the
it's cute.
worst. It's not bad. It's not like it's not terrible, but it's not great. Like to me, it feels a little thrown together. Like seeing some of the what was it? What are
The
some of the I like
mushroom stuff
mushroom
is
items? I'm like, what?
interesting.
Why is that in there? The bed. Just like
Yeah, I think part of the problem is they don't have like an actual furniture set for him
yeah.
in the
Yeah, I
game, so
totally
they're
get what
just
you
like
mean.
working with stuff that already exists, kind
Mhm.
of.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't go for more of like a, I don't know, add the items then. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
just
don't
make
know.
them really quick. Make something.
Yeah, make him a little
Um,
bit.
I'm gonna just repeat this here in case Game Loft is watching at
Hmm.
some point now or in the future. We're here.
We
If
have
you ever
ideas.
shall need a hand, I'd be happy to lend the two that I have to help you decorate a space or a room based on a character. I mean, I just think that it's a great opportunity. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. If you don't have the time, I can make the time. I'll even
Imagine,
sacrifice the dream snap for it.
imagine decorating a villager home and like knowing that you decorated that.
And it shows up in everyone's game.
And it shows up in everyone's game. Are you kidding me?
I would die. Nobody could tell me anything. I'd be the coolest person on the planet, and you wouldn't be able to tell me
Do
otherwise.
you want me to redo Beast and Belle's castle?
Petition to redo Belle and Beast's cat. That is actually worse than Jack's interior. Belle and Beast's interior is just what happened in there.
Mirabelle's might be the worst.
Mirabelle's room being the size of a peanut bothers me more than it should. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just like, why is it so teeny tiny?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. I think outside of that, everything else with the free content update for me was a win.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy.
I
I'm
don't,
happy with everything.
not to mention another thing I think people forget with the free content update that this is just a small part of what's to come.
Yeah, because we're getting realms,
New characters.
characters,
I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that we are for sure getting Jack, not Jack. We got Jack.
the
What's his name?
monsters,
Monsters Inc.
uh,
Mike and
Mike
Sully.
and Sully. Yeah,
And then we're also getting Daisy,
Mulan.
Mulan, and Tiana.
Yes.
Now, another thing I want to point out is there was a lot of speculation that now the DVD's not going free to play. No, we're not going to get any main characters. It's all going to be blah, blah, blah. Tiana,
Right.
in a free content update? Okay. Whatever you say. Daisy? Mulan? Okay. Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
I'm so excited about all of them. One of my favorite ideas that you have had, by the way, speaking of Tiana, is skins for the shops, including Remy's, like a shop, a Tiana restaurant skin for Chez
Yes.
Remy.
It would be perfect.
It would be so
literally,
good. I would prefer a separate building, but if
I
they're
would too.
not going to give us that, oh my
It would be
gosh.
the perfect way to tailor our valleys and different areas in our valleys to look unique.
Hmm.
And so again, I understand maybe not being able to make multiple restaurants, but just the fact of making just placing down a house skin. Because again, we know from these expansion passes that we're gonna have Scrooge's store, Remy's restaurant, and Goofy's stands in all of them, right? Or Goofy stalls. So it's like, let us just change the skin. It's the perfect solution. And
Yeah.
so easy to do because it already exists in the game. So even though the interior would be the same, it would be, I think, a really great solution.
I think I've like come to terms with what Chez Remy on Dreamlight Valley looks like, but having Chez Remy on Eternity Isle look exactly like Chez Remy on Dreamlight Valley is a
Yeah,
little too much for me. I don't like the way the restaurant and Scrooge's look over on Eternity Isle. It does not fit. I don't know why they didn't do a different mock up.
Yeah, like even the outside could have just had more vines to it or something.
Yeah.
Like you could have added some type of anything to it to make it look a little different. Like Scrooge's store being like this big shiny green gold building is just kind of like, and again, Remy's restaurant is another one where it's just kind of like they don't really work
Yeah.
aesthetically there. So yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go a different direction with that.
I don't think you would have to code Tiana to show up. We're not talking about changing the coding at all. It would literally just be the aesthetics of the outside would
Yeah.
be like a restaurant for Tiana, and then the inside would literally look exactly the same. I would be
Yeah,
okay with that.
yeah, I'm talking about you apply a skin to make the outside of the restaurant look different, and then when you go inside the restaurant, it's
It's
exactly as
Remy's.
Remy's restaurant is and how it functions, and there's nothing different about it except the actual aesthetic on the outside. So, yeah, I don't think that they would need to like add any like new code or anything like that.
Yeah. I,
Yeah.
like I said, I wish that they would. Like I would love a
Mhm.
completely different restaurant with Tiana running it.
Yeah.
But if they can't give us that, they're not going to give us that, then give us skins for these other buildings too. Because they could even do like a skin for Scrooge's store that just doesn't look like Scrooge's store. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they could do a skin with the vines on it, or just make it
And
look
you
more run down or whatever.
and having the option to change it. If you want it to look like the original, fine. If you don't, then you
Hmm.
have like, just a different aesthetic. I think it is going to get boring over time to have the same exact look to the stores. Even if the insides don't function any differently, it would be, again, I think it would be great for them to function differently. But I just think that if that's not going to be the case, then we are going to need a different aesthetic because it's going to get kind of old kind of fast.
Agree.
Um, and Jade also said, I expected Scrooge's shop and Eternity Owl have different items. I think Scrooge's shop in general needs a little bit of an overhaul.
Hmm.
Like we've got to figure out a way to get more items in the store or just placeholder items up because we've talked about this again. I know there are like repeat topics when we were talking about this stuff, but there's no reason why this store is not filled with the theme items.
Right.
So if we've got 3 new characters in the valley, we need 3 new the 3 different themed outfits around those characters. We have clothes, hair, accessories. Like we're not even getting new accessories at this point. Like no new necklaces. The hairs, I'm like fed up with all the hairs. Like I am looking for a new hairstyle. I need new hairs really bad. Just everything. Like I just don't see why we're not.
Agree. I think
Mhm.
that with each update should come. I mean, they could have done like 10 outfits or something with each
Mhm.
update. And I feel like that wouldn't even be that hard to do. Like they did the skirts, but it just feels so random to just do
Mhm.
those skirts
Skirts.
and nothing
Yeah.
else. And then they had the glitched eye patch, which wasn't even supposed to be there apparently.
I don't know why they're which I purchased, by the way.
I did too.
Um, I don't know why to save yourself the work and the effort, copy paste all of the characters' outfits and hairs,
Right.
everything that they're wearing. Gaston's outfit should be able to be purchased from head to toe. The hair, the shirt, the pants, the boots, whatever. Put that as one day items in the shop. Then do the same thing for Rapunzel, the dress, the hair, blah, blah, blah. And do the same thing for Eve. However, you need to do it for Eve since she's a robot. I get it, whatever. But like, there's no reason why we can't like role play as these characters in our valleys that are based around Disney characters. Like, it's the perfect solution. I don't know why we wouldn't do it.
It feels very like, in the parks, they were literally talking about this earlier, how you can't dress up as the characters in the parks. And like people have,
Yeah.
they do like Disney, I think it's called like Disney bounding. I don't know. I'm not a Disney person, but if you want to like dress up, you kind of have to like just barely, just like inspired
Really?
by. Like if you're an adult, you can't dress as a character because they don't want to mistake you for the character. It feels like that, that they're like,
Uh-huh.
oh, we don't want you to look like the character. But it's weird because for some of the characters, they let you.
Yeah. No, like for some of the characters, they give you very similar clothing and
Right.
items, but for some they don't. It's very weird to me.
And like
Like
this is a
even if they
game.
gave
Like
it,
no, I'm not
yeah,
gonna ruin any kid's childhood dressing up like Rapunzel in my valley with a long
and
braid.
your specific valley too. And again, like I don't know with the friendship rewards, it's like I love how the friendship rewards have been going, but like why not in the friendship rewards do you not include their hairstyle? Like
I
somebody said that
know.
Gaston's hairstyle is a part of his friendship rewards. So it's like, okay, Rapunzel should be too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Mulan should be, and Tiana should be. Like, there's no reason why those shouldn't be something that we can get just because they already exist. It's on their head.
I know.
Just give it to me. That's it. Anyways, tangent over. But yeah,
Agree.
Scrooge's shop I think could definitely use a little work.
I think they need to rethink how it functions too.
Mhm.
Like you said, an overhaul. I think like a complete overhaul. Like they need to really reevaluate like how the items are displayed. Like I would be happy if they kind of just like redid it. I don't think that they will. I think we're like too far in at this point, but like I think someone mentioned a specific place for wallpaper. Like there should be a new wallpaper every day or like an option for a
Mhm.
wallpaper. Like that should not just be an item.
Yeah.
Like give me a section for wallpapers and a section
Yeah.
like I want to feel like I have a lot of options when I go into the store. I don't know why it feels so like exclusive.
I don't know
Like I
either. And
shouldn't have to
that's
be refreshing my Scrooge store to get items.
no.
Like
Like
I
you
should
should be able to
just
go in and have
get
something new every
stuff.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you should be adding new stuff to the game on a regular basis so that there's
So
always
that
new
it's
stuff to get.
still like yeah, so there's still like this want to get on the game and go find new items.
And if all else fails, DDV, just throwing it out there, let the community do the work for you. You've already got the touch of magic tool. Just let us shop other people's designs. However you got to do it, just make it so you can shop other people's designs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know. I just feel like it's a very I wouldn't say it's simple, but I like the idea of going into the store and there's a section for furniture, there's a section for clothes, there's a section for wall decor, there's a section for bath, like, whatever. Like it's a big store. I mean, the store is like 3 levels high and we can only go up one floor.
I
Like,
know.
let's just add on to it, Why
And
not?
all those basic redacted couches, tables they should just be in Scrooge's inventory for me to purchase.
I'm
I
sorry.
do
I
not
don't
want them to
need
show up.
I went into my valley today and I found a new bed and I've already purchased 400 of them. How many more of these beds are there?
Mm-hmm.
I purchase a new couch every week. I'm like, I
Yep.
just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That to me, I always buy anything that has an orange dot. I buy everything that I
Yeah, I
don't
buy
have because
everything.
I
Hmm.
am convinced that one day I'm going to fill up my catalog.
Hmm.
But
After a year.
yeah, um, that is a big thing that I want them to change. I really want them to update the camera. There is no reason when I go into that third camera mode, I should have full
Detach it.
control over my
Just detach.
camera. I should be able to
Yeah.
zoom it in as much as I want. I should be able to look up as much as I
Yeah.
want. It should be a free roaming camera and I could get any angle that I want to get. If they would just do that, if you would just do that,
I'm begging.
I
I'm
give
begging.
me the furniture mode camera in that third camera mode.
And especially for multiplayer, like with multiplayer coming. And here's the thing, I swear, I'm going to lose it if we get a feature that updates multiplayer and we can emote and do different things for whatever. And you don't add all those different emotions into the camera mode as different poses and stuff. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I really feel like we should be able to take pictures with our friends one day through yeah. Literally, like with the new monkey, we can wave and
Yeah,
smile. Like, why can't we just have that as a way?
right.
I don't know. I feel like that's like what they could have left that one out. They could have left that one out. Why are we just pointing to the ground? Why are we doing that? If you don't let me pick up the cappy like I can do the pig, I'm out. Like,
And
stop it.
again, we have so many good ideas. I mean, Game Loft, please just, can we just have a meeting? One
Just
meeting.
that's it.
We have so
30
many
minutes
good
of your time.
ideas for how to obtain new poses. I mean, I do not understand why the Dream Snaps rewards that you
Oh
get
my
from
gosh.
earning whatever that stuff is, the
Yep.
Dream Fluff or Dream Mist or Dream, no, it's not Mist. Dream
The pixels,
Pick, is
pixel
it
dust,
Pixels? Pixel
pixel dust,
Dust? Okay,
pixel
but this
dust.
is different from Pixel Shards. Okay, the Pixel Dust, and you got that little tracker. Why are you giving me motifs that I can't use in the Dream Snaps? Give
I
me a
just,
new pose.
yeah, I don't understand that.
If you put new poses as the rewards, I promise you more people would do Dream Snaps.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, after a while, like
New
again,
pose, new expression.
like we need. I don't understand why there's like, for example, why can't we make a sad face? Like,
Mm,
why is there not a face for every emotion?
I don't know.
It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me at all. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I just again, I think it's coming. I think it's definitely something that they will do. It's just a matter of like when.
I
But yeah,
agree.
putting it as the speaking of the star path, where do you rate what do you rate this star path from 1 to 10?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about it. This one's high for me. I
Mhm.
like a lot of this stuff. I think this one's like a 9 for me.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
would
as
say 8
the
or 9.
items,
Yeah.
obtaining the stuff.
Why is everything 10? Why is it's like you fish for 30 minutes to get bass and it's
Oh
like
my
here's 10.
goodness. And I don't know. Okay, if you are someone, I'm just going to put this out there PSA for the Star Path. I know that we still have like a month. I think it's like a month left, technically. You need to start. If you are
Now.
not far along, you need to get started because, especially if you're someone who has the DLC, and
Mhm.
especially someone if you have the DLC and you're not far along in it, because a lot of these friendship things, like gifting their favorite gifts, it wants stuff from the DLC that I don't have yet, and I
Yeah.
don't have the mist to unlock the place to get it. So I'm having to gift, like, if I'm lucky, like one thing a day to these characters. So it's taking me, instead of taking the 2 days, which was already annoying, it's taking me like 5, 6 days to gift them the stuff.
Wait, I'm not far enough into the star path. Does the star path change depending on whether you have the expansion pass or not?
It doesn't change. No, it's not like asking for something specific to the DLC. It's just asking
Oh,
me to
okay.
give. So it's like gift Jack Skellington his favorite gifts. Well, he
Uh,
wants stuff from the
from
DLC for his
I
favorite
see. I see.
gift.
Mhm, 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 mhm.
And it's not supposed to be like that, apparently. They're not supposed to want stuff from Eternity Isle, but it's a glitch. And so it's just like taking forever.
I think it makes sense if you have the expansion pass, but if you
Yeah,
don't, then it definitely should not be that way. Yeah.
right.
But yeah, you're right. It's like that kind of stuff is, and some of those areas are blocked by like 10,000 myths too. Like
Yes.
I'm on a mist grind right now to unlock all the areas. And don't forget too, they'll say give this villager 5 items. That's going to take 2 days.
Minimum.
Yeah, have a conversation with this villager 3 times. That's going to take 3 days. So it's like I run into that issue all the time. Kato's always like, get on it because I literally run into that issue so often.
Yeah.
So often.
So if you're not far along, I think I'm pretty far. I'm on like the last page of actual stuff, and then I still have like all the moonstones you can get at the end. So I still have like a decent amount to do. But I know that I'll have enough time to do it. So if you're not far enough along, you need to get started on doing it
Yeah,
because
ASAP.
it takes a long time. There's a
Hmm.
lot of favorite gifts this
I
time.
knew there was going to be so many to do because each one is 10. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, this is gonna drag on for a
There's
minute. So,
one that's 50 mushrooms. You have to harvest 50 mushrooms, and that took
excuse me.
forever.
Can I pick them up and put them down? No! Oh, no.
Yeah, I finally finished that one. And
Not the
there's the
50
mining
mushrooms.
and the fish. There's a
The
lot.
mining
They
always
made
takes
you
forever.
work for it. They're good
Yeah.
items though. The ice
Yeah.
rink,
Oh my gosh, the ice
the
rink, the all the big ornaments. I absolutely love the new couch in that
oh,
gar
that
what's
little
it?
thing. Yeah.
Arch.
Yes,
Ugh,
so good.
so beautiful. I mean, and not even super Christmassy. It's just something that you can have in your valley, especially in the Frosted Heights
Okay, how do
forever.
you feel about that? How do you feel about the fact that this wasn't a super Christmassy Star Path? Because people were upset.
For me, it's a good thing. For
Mm-hmm.
other people, I understand your frustration, but you also have to look at it again. And this is another unpopular opinion. It's
Oh,
not
you have one of those?
Gosh, I have so many tonight, I feel like. But I understand people's frustration with the Star Path and not being able to get the Star Path items. But people have to understand that DDV was rewarding people who played the game in early access, who purchased the game to play and participated and provided feedback. If they were to give those items away to people, it would just defeat the purpose for everyone who played the game early. So that is something to remember. Now, I'm not saying don't ever bring some of these items back. Like, I think it would be cool for them to maybe do like code, like how they did with some of these other items. Like, here's some exclusives through a code or something. But for me, if they would have done another Christmas Star Path, it'd have been like cool, but also it's like I have a lot of Christmas items. I'm happy to see some more general, like, just not Christmassy, but like snowy related items instead.
They also do have some Christmas stuff that you can craft. I think they have like the regular tree. They have the little goat. They
Yeah.
have are chairs craftable. I can't remember.
Yeah, the chairs are
They have
craftable.
like some things that you can craft. They also offered like that stuff in the premium shop.
Yeah. And
Um,
this is coming from someone who I missed. I had access to the Star Path and I didn't understand what the Star Path was. So I missed out on a lot of the stuff that was in the Star Path too. Like the very first Star Path and then the Halloween Star Path, I'm missing like half the items for each of those just because I was like, I don't know what it is. I didn't realize they were never coming back. So
yeah.
I just get both sides. It's not to say, you know, the feelings aren't valid, and especially wanting some of the really there are some really cool items. I will say that. But yeah, for me, I liked it being a little bit more like general.
Yeah. I agree. I loved this one being winter. Um, I as far as like offering the Star Path stuff, I guess it's just like it's easy for me to say. This is always my response. It's easy for me to say because I have everything from the Star Pass because I've played since the beginning.
Hmm.
But like as a new player, if I were to go on to Fortnite right now, I would know as a new player that I'm not going to get the skins that they offered 2 years ago, 3 years
Hmm.
ago. I mean, maybe if they brought them back one day, I would have the option, but there are exclusive things that I'm not going to be able to get because I didn't jump onto the game
Yeah,
when it released. And
yeah,
that I don't know, I get it's just part of it. I'm
yeah.
I'm
For me,
not
it's
going to
just
be upset
yeah,
if one day they're like, "Oh, we're going to do put some of this stuff in the premium shop." Go for it.
yeah.
Um
Agreed.
but I also would not be upset like starting out not being able to get an item because
Yeah, it's
I
not going
didn't
to eat away.
play at the time.
Yeah, it's not going to eat away at me. I'd be like, oh my god, that item's so cool. I want that, yes, but I'm also not gonna be like, this isn't like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna, it's not gonna change my day or anything like that. So, for me, it's just, and I also think that one thing people forget too is that we get so many Star Pass, and these holiday related Star Pass are coming every single year. And I know a year seems far away, but it's really not in hindsight. Like, time flies. And by this time next year, they'll probably have better Christmas trees, better, like I could totally bet money that the next Star Path for
It's
next year
gonna
is going to
be
be
more.
Christmas.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you're going to get another really cool Christmas tree. You're going to get another, really cool gifts and all these other Christmas related stuff. So, I just feel like eventually over time, right now it seems like that, but over time, y'all aren't going to be missing out on stuff. There's only so many ways you can do Christmas trees. There's only so many ways you can do Christmas related items. Well, y'all will get the stuff.
Right.
There
Okay.
will be some items like the up balloons that you may not ever see again.
But if they bring a
Honestly,
whole new up DLC, they might have a different version of the up balloons. You just never know what
exactly.
else they're gonna have.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just think there's so many versions of the
I mean,
stuff that
we've
it's
seen them do it with the houses. All the house skins that are
yeah.
like themed have come out in different. The cottage house comes in different skins. The new castle just came out with a way better. If you got the first one, then this one is like way better with the fireworks and stuff. So, yeah, I just think they'll reskin stuff and re-put it out. And for people who already have the up balloons, we'll be happy to have another version of it, and y'all will be happy to have it, for the first time.
Agree.
Yeah.
I so I'm seeing people talk about doing reruns of Star Pass. That's the last thing that I want them to do.
Yeah.
If I could have a choice as someone who's done all of the Star Pass, I would want them to put them in the premium shop or something like that, as
Yeah, put them in the
opposed
premium shop.
to doing a repeat of a Star Path. Unless you're going to give me another Star Path on top of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unless you're gonna figure out a way to give us a new star path, I'm not. I can tell you one thing I'm not ever gonna do, and that's gonna be I'm never doing a repeat star path. I'm not gonna grind for the star path to get items I already have. Like I'm just not doing it. So unless you're going to reskin them or something, I'll redo it, but I'm not doing it for stuff I already have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would not be my personal thing. But I like the idea of putting it in the premium shop.
Yeah.
Why not? People can purchase it if they really want it, you know?
I don't know if they're going to do that though. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. I don't think
Yeah, that's totally speculation. We don't know. They've actually said it, correct me if I'm wrong, but they actually said the stuff in the star path, if you've missed it,
doesn't
it's
come
never
back.
coming back. Yeah.
I think
So
so.
I would not, I think it's just something we have to accept and kind of like move on from, because they themselves said it's not coming back around. Now that doesn't again mean that they may not reskin stuff, but those exact specific items not coming back.
Agree. Yeah,
Like
like
I'm
someone said those pillars, those like small world pillars. They had
Mhm.
some in the Star Path and they had a different one in the premium shop. So they could do something
Yeah.
like that where it's just even just a different color.
Yeah.
You know, like if they had those around Halloween time, if they had those spooky trees, but it was like a slightly different color of the tree, they could
Yeah.
totally put that in the premium shop. It would be the same thing, and no one would be upset that it was the same thing in just a different color, and I'd buy it.
Yeah, or just like Jellyvine was saying, somebody mentioned, like, you know how they do the bundles? Imagine if they said you pay a certain amount of moonstones to start an old star path. And so, like, in the midst of maybe in between star paths or on top of another star path, you could be working on, you paid for access to the old star path. And then that would be cool. I'd be totally
Hmm.
down for that, because then it gives people the option to just purchase and do it if they haven't. I would even do it for certain items, to be honest. So, yeah, I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could definitely change their mind. So, we'll see.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Okay. Is there anything else? We didn't really
No.
touch. Okay, how do you feel about the new tool? You like it, right?
Okay, the new tool I absolutely love. I think actually hit my mic, sorry. I think actually the new tool might be my favorite. I do agree with you about the orbs and stuff. Like I wish those didn't appear in my Dreamlight Valley, but there is something about it. I don't know how to explain it, but maybe you guys will get it just from me expressing the feeling. Like the noise it makes when you like hit a rift or something and it like explodes. And then also when like I love going up to the orbs, hitting them, and then it puts us into this dome of like a time glitch, and
Right.
we're finding all these resources. The only thing I do wish, because that all of that is super satisfying. Like I absolutely love the feeling about it. I feel like I could search for mist in these objects all day long. The only thing I don't like is having to press the button multiple times to show the direction. Like I wish I could just hold it down and it would just,
Yeah.
because I find myself like spamming the button on accident, not thinking about it when I just need to press it, follow it, press it again and follow it, I just wish we could hold it down and it would just lead us in the direction. But that's the only real gripe I have about it. Everything else about how it looks, how we
I
hold
love the way
it.
it looks.
Oh, it's so Disney. It's so cool. It just feel powerful. And like, I love the idea of finding like lost treasures and stuff like that. So, and those little gifts, those friendship gifts that we find can be used as decorations. So like you can put those on tables, you can use it in your houses, you can use those items on the ground in your valley. Like they look so cool when they're
Mm.
placed down. So like if you found some of the stuff like that black jar or even the book, you can put that stuff in your house. Like I have them around as decor. It's so cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm actually going to be working on a storage room for that specific stuff. It was who was it? I visited a valley. Was it Feb? Might have been no, it wasn't Feb. It was somebody who had created a storage room around those items, and I was like, gotta do this.
Already?
Yes, yeah. It was.
Let's cancel them. Who is it?
I think it might have been Harley. Might
Harley?
have been. I think it might have been Harley. Was that you? Yeah, it was
Yep,
Harley.
you're
I was looking at
canceled.
my list.
Sorry.
Yes, Harley did it. I was like, I gotta do this. It's so cool.
You're
Yeah.
canceled.
That's all.
Already?
Yeah.
Are you
That
kidding
whole
me?
storage room, it was all on tables, and I was like, oh, this is such a good idea. So,
Wow. I'm trying not to, like, I like to pop in on those streams, like the Valley Tour streams, but I try not to see too much because I want to, like, see them on my own if I get to
yeah.
visit.
hmm
Um, I saw
Yeah.
I saw enough of Lisa's and Feb's and everyone to be
Oh
mad
gosh.
at them, but I
Don't
tried
even
to
get me
like
started on y'all.
just either like have it like I'm just listening or
hmm
who
Yeah.
was it that had like their glade was like a maze
A maze.
basically. Was that Lisa?
That was
I don't
Lisa.
know.
That was
I
Lisa.
can't stand y'all.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about Lisa. Lisa's banned forever. She doesn't know it yet, but it was the final straw for me. I say, you know what? You got to go.
Yeah.
You're too good at the game. Lisa's playing a different version. I think it's like a 2.0 of DDV that was only released to specific people because that was definitely not the same game. Yeah.
It's just I don't understand how y'all.
Yeah, that was me with the vine walls. We know. We know.
Okay, Mrs. Sink that you got from your your furniture chest today and then posted
that
on
was.
Twitter.
I
I may
will
have only got 1,500 moonstones, but look at what I got in my chest.
say that's right.
I
You know
never
why?
get new
Because
stuff in mine.
that's because all the new stuff you get is in the shop. Kato.
I don't.
Of course you're not getting new stuff. You're buying it every day from Scrooge's store.
As I should be. I didn't get any new stuff today. I had to give it all to Kim.
Well, look at you. Generosity.
Shouldn't
I
have
love
done
that. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I think just to put a bow on it, I am really so happy with how they went about everything that they've done for the expansion pass and the free content update. I hope that they can keep the momentum going. Like I'm hoping that this wasn't like a people pleaser and then the next expansion pass, which I highly doubt, but the next expansion pass is like a letdown. I know
Ooh.
not everyone is going to be like great, but like this one has really hit. I think it went above my expectations for me. Like it went above and
100%.
beyond. And that's when I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, y'all weren't messing around. So I think that they've done what they could do to give everybody the best of both worlds. And I think they priced it right. I think they, with the price, gave us over the amount of content than I would have even expected for that price point. And there are just so many things to love about it. So I couldn't recommend it more. If anybody asked me, maybe I'm not the right person to ask, but if you ask me, I'm going to tell you to buy it. If you got the money, maybe buy it. And if you don't have the money right now, buy it when it goes on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Save up, buy it when it goes on sale. It's hours and hours and hours worth of gameplay.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting requests to discuss Scramble Coin. Would you like to talk about Scramble
Ugh.
Coin?
Oh, scrambled coin. Kato, I don't even want to hear it, to be honest, because I know you're gonna say, ew, scramble coin's actually so fun, considering that you played it for the first time and won. So good for
I
you.
like Scramble Coin. I
I
didn't
don't know.
expect to.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't know. I feel like maybe you have to be like are you into board games?
Yeah.
Do you like chess? Do you know how to play
I don't
chess?
no. I wouldn't
I
say I'm
only
like a good chess player. Like
Okay, because
I would kind of catch on, I think, if I started to play.
I have no idea how to play chess. So I don't know if it's like related to the fact that I'm just not great at board games, or I think I just need to give it more time to understand it. I think yeah, like Pip was saying, I think I just need more time because it makes sense once you realize how the chess pieces work. Is it something that I think I personally am going to be doing often? Probably not. But
But I want to
I think
collect them all.
I do want to collect them all. And you can use the chess pieces as decor. Did
I
you know that?
know. I saw the
Yeah.
Ralphs.
So like I'll do it for that. Yeah, the Ralphs is so cool.
Yeah.
Or like Lisa for a Dream Snap putting the what's the little candlesticks from Beauty
Of
and the
course
Beast?
she
Yeah, of
did.
course she did. Yeah. Because why would I miss a single detail? Excuse the heck out of
Yeah.
me.
Are you kidding
Um,
me?
but yeah, I would do it just to win all the pieces. But other than that, I probably wouldn't play if it wasn't required. I'd probably play more if they used it as a play with your friends feature for multiplayer.
I think they will.
Yeah,
I think
that would
that's
be really
coming.
cool.
Whenever
Yeah.
that comes, we are going to have a head to head battle of Scramble
Lisa says,
Coin.
I don't accept this slander.
Oh, I just decided to use a scramble coin piece in my dream snap and
Yeah, please. It would have
um
never even crossed my mind.
yeah. I
But yeah.
enjoy it. And I
Hmm.
don't know why I thought that I wouldn't. I think it was just kind of like low on my list of things to be excited about because it was just kind of like, okay, scramble
Yeah.
coin. Um Anytime I see a character with that little thing over their head though, I go and play scramble coin with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Um, Number one, because I just want to play it to level up, and number two, because I just want to get that thing
Out of the way.
out over
You
their
don't want
head.
to
I
see
don't
it.
want to see it. Um, but I don't know. I just like I'm just competitive is all it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Again, I think for me, I like it more because it's a feature that excites certain people and you can choose to play it or not. So I think that's what I like most about it is that like some people are going to really love it and I think that's really cool and some people may not love it but they don't have to really play it past like once you get past like the quests and stuff. So I think for me that's a good thing. And I like to see them incorporate stuff like that, it's not, again, not everything that comes to the game needs to be your cup of tea, but this may be exciting for certain people. And I think that's cool. So
Certain people.
certain people, i.e. Kato, Miss Competitive, I
But
must
it's
win
one more thing
to
to
do.
do.
Yeah. Like if I get bored and I don't have anything to do and I'm just like, well, now my goal is to become the scramble coin champion.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you can play it.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you, if it becomes a feature that we can do with friends, like in multiplayer, I will become as good as I can at the game.
Yeah.
Then it gets challenging. Now it gets really good.
I will destroy all of you at Scramble
Yeah.
Coin. That's my goal. The Scramble Coin is from the DLC, yes.
Yep.
It
It
is in
is.
Eternity Isle. Is there anything else? Do you have any other questions?
Becca, the scramble
'Cause
coin pieces are very small. They're not big at all. They're small enough to fit like on counters and stuff.
but they're aren't they like kind of sized? Like the Ralph one is bigger than the other ones, right? Like are
Yeah, I
they
think some of
sized to
them are.
characters?
I think that some are bigger than the others. Yeah. I mean, they're not tiny, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
who's the lucky villager? Um,
Oh,
I
but
can't. Was that for the DLC or was that for?
I think it's the DLC and they tease just like a lucky villager and everyone's
Oh,
saying that
It's Aladdin or
That
Jasmine.
mouse or something.
Yeah, I've been hearing
Is
that
it a
too. I think it's
mouse
Aladdin.
or a rabbit or I don't know who it is. It's that, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's whoever everyone's saying that it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know, but I feel like they might try to keep it. I would think that they might try to keep it
Themed.
themed to, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's Oswald.
Oswald is what I've been seeing a
I
lot
I
too.
could see Genie.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Do we think Lucky plays into, because they did this before where they said a villager is racing to the valley and it turned out to be fairy godmother, right? Like it wasn't, who was
Oh,
it?
was
It
it?
wasn't,
It wasn't Vanellope?
was it? Remember they said a princess is racing to the valley? I don't think it was Vanellope, but maybe it was. I can't remember now.
Are we?
Sorry,
There was one though. What did they say about the
there
fairy
was something, it
godmother?
was like, yeah, it was like a play on words and
Well, I remember people were thinking that it wasn't Vanellope. I think I was one of those because I was just like, Vanellope.
yeah.
We thought it was going to be Cinderella.
Cinderella. That's what we were thinking, and it turned out to be fairy godmother. Yeah. Um, and someone said, "Are we going to eventually get Jafar?" I think so. They haven't
Yeah.
confirmed nor denied, but I'm pretty sure that in the end, once we finally fix the rift in time, that Jafar will be a new villain in the valley. But if it's Aladdin or Jasmine, I think it would make sense because the rift in time, Jafar, like they usually have a character that's like Simba and Nala and then Scar, like
Mm-hmm.
Mother Gothel and Rapunzel. There's always like a villain and also, one of the main characters as well.
I think Oswald is a lucky villager because there's time travel involved. I don't even know who Oswald is. Like, I know what he looks like, but I don't know, like,
Hold
what
on, let me
he's a
see.
part of. I just don't understand how he would fit into anything going on over there. Like, it just does not make sense. If it was because
The what?
y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but the lucky villager is associated with the DLC, correct?
Yeah,
If if
Oswald.
if if it's not, if it's associated with just the base game, I could see him coming just like randomly.
Have y'all
Um,
seen Oswald?
yes,
I don't think it's Oswald.
I don't think so
I feel
either.
like Oswald would be, maybe it is, but I just feel like Oswald would be so random. I don't even remember Oswald
He's
from
the
anything.
first Disney character before Mickey.
Wow.
Okay,
All right.
but that doesn't mean he has to come to this.
I think why they're saying it is because like Lucky is a part of his like brand. Like I just saw a poster that says like Lucky behind Oswald's head. So like maybe it's like a thing.
But what does the thing actually say? I don't even know if I have that scene
Oswald the
anymore.
Lucky is an animated cartoon character created in 1927. Lucky Rabbit. That looks nothing like a rabbit, by the way. So
Like, what is the actual phrasing of the lucky villager coming to the valley? Is that what
Alex
it
says
says?
Oswald is in Speedstorm, so he will come here. Have we confirmed that everybody that comes in Speed? I don't play Speedstorm, so I'm asking. Like, is everyone in Speedstorm in DDV? Like, are they connected somehow that I'm not aware of?
Oh yeah, 101 Dalmatians. I still don't understand how that's at all related to anything going on in DLC.
How do they? My thing is, how do they? Because the DLC is storyline driven. So how do they incorporate? I mean, I guess they could create a storyline around anything, but how do they incorporate some of these characters into it? Is like how I. That's what I'd be curious about.
Mulan made sense to me with the Lucky Cricket, but that's still Mulan is base
Free
game,
free
free
content.
update.
Hmm.
I just feel like Genie makes the most sense to me, or like
Genie would
someone
make sense.
Aladdin, someone. It has to
I'm
be
thinking
like
someone Aladdin.
it. Yeah, I just think it's a stretch to think that not to say that he's never coming because he could Oswald. I'm sure he'd be a great little villager. But uh,
I'm just throwing this out there. if Oswald came with the DLC, y'all wouldn't be like,
What? Yeah.
interesting choice. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just like saying, like, y'all, I would be like confused. I'm not even,
Right.
like, if Oswald pops out of a rift somewhere, I'm gonna be like,
Like, can I have my $30 back, please? No, I'm just
well, y'all
kidding.
took the rift in time literally because he jumped all the way out from 1927. So, um, I don't know. Not saying I think he would be a great character to add at some point, especially like since him and Mickey are close, but like outside of that, I don't know.
Cece says, I honestly think it'll be Aladdin because he was lucky finding the genie.
Yeah. So something like that
That
would make
makes more
sense.
sense to me. I don't know. I feel like a lot of y'all think Oswald.
But you know what? If Oswald comes and we're wrong, I feel free to rub it in my face, honestly.
Kay will
I'm
eat a
trying to
banana if Oswald
if
comes
Oswald comes, I promise to eat a
with the
banana.
DLC, to clarify. It's not
Yes,
just
with
if
the
Oswald ever comes, but if Oswald is the lucky villager that comes with this DLC, Kay will eat a banana
I promise. Pinky
on
promise
Valley
right
Talk.
now. It's here. You can timestamp it. I'll cry about it if I'm wrong, but yes,
I'll
absolutely.
also eat a banana. It'll be great.
Well, it doesn't matter if you got to eat the butter bean
I'll
jelly beans
drink a
as
root
well.
beer while you eat a banana. How about that?
Okay, there you go. That's the win.
Okay.
Okay, it says, I'm looking at it now. It says, The Spark of Imagination, Spring 2024. Explore Ancient's Landing to uncover more of its secrets and befriend a very lucky villager. So, like, I feel like it's a play on words because the lucky villager, there's like a door, could just be lucky to be saved from behind this door or something to me,
Right.
you know? So it could literally be anybody, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it's not, y'all. It's not
Also,
Oswald. I'm
is
sorry.
there going to be a new area? Do we suspect there will be a new area in Eternity Isle that opens up? Because there's this door here. So I'm wondering if like they're gonna add like a mini realm or something through this door or something like that. I'm curious to know how we're gonna save this villager because right now I haven't seen any like doors or anything like that. I did see one. It was like an underground thing next to the castle or whatever. I can't think of the words, but I'm curious to see how they'll come.
I don't know. There's so many unanswered questions. Like, what is what's that thing called? The big rock. What's Skull Rock for?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, when are we gonna travel into Skull Rock?
What
And they keep
is
alluding to us going in there.
I know.
Like the Forgotten was just recently in a quest with me. Like,
But that
we
has to
used
be
to play in
something
there.
base game.
Yeah, I think so. It has to be
It
because
has to be
it's
because you're
yeah.
there.
Hmm.
So it can't be at all connected to DLC. I don't know. There's just so many things. So all the
Yeah.
realms, all the there's so much
Yeah.
stuff.
There is.
Oh, it's so
Hmm.
exciting though.
I know there's so much to come, and
Yep.
I kudos
Okay.
to DDV for doing such a tremendous job with this expansion pass. I really do hope they can work out some of these bugs and some of these kinks, and hoping that it's like something they can learn from, so that in the future when they do release like expansions packs and stuff, that it's like, it could be a situation that's rectified. But for right now, I just have to say overall, like I'm really, really happy with what direction they've gone in, what they've given us, the attention to detail. Um, I just can't wait to continue to see all of, especially with the new worlds that could be coming. I can't.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Okay,
10
we
out
are
of 10.
gonna start to wrap things up unless you have anything else to say. But before we
No.
go, I want y'all to, on a scale, on like a grading scale,
Mhm.
grade this recent update and the DLC together, A through A, B, C, D, or F. You can add a plus or minus if you're feeling that
Filling.
way, if you feel like it. Just let us know in the chat. I just want to see how you feel about the
Super
DLC and
curious.
update. I am giving it an A plus.
I'll give it an A minus only because of the pixel.
The pixel.
If that pixel glitch wasn't there, it'd be an A plus 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 plus
Yeah.
plus plus. But you can't beat an A.
A
Even an A
B
minus.
plus. B plus for the bugs. A minus for the pixel glitch. I get it. I get it, especially if you've
I'm
been
seeing
impacted by it. But that's
I'm
a lot
seeing
of
lots of
A's.
A's. Lots of A's. And I'm really happy to see that, like, no matter how you were feeling before, like, I can appreciate the fact that people look at, like, even if you had an opinion, a negative opinion about them not going free to play, but also seeing that they've put their best foot forward and really put a lot of effort into the expansion pass can change your opinion. I think that's a good mindset to have about stuff like this, personally.
Yeah. People's opinions can change.
Yeah, and it's
And
okay to have an opinion
things
change.
can
It's okay to
happen.
have reservations. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Before we go, Kay, can you tell everyone where they can find you on the internet?
Yes, yes, you guys. Let's Play K here on YouTube. I stream almost every day of the week at this point, but
Yeah.
at least 3 times a week. We play lots of DDV, but we also play other cozy games. So I would highly recommend you guys come over, come hang out. You can also find me as Let's Play Clay on Twitter, on TikTok, and on Instagram. And I have a Discord as well if you'd like to join that. But yeah, check me out on YouTube. That's where I'm at. That's where I hang out.
Yes, y'all be sure to go and subscribe to Kay if you haven't already. I promise you will not regret it. So much DDV content. She plays a ton of other stuff. So go check
Mhm.
her out. Obviously, you can find me here on YouTube at Console Kato. I'm also over on Twitter, rarely on Instagram, but like, we'll see in the new year. I would love to do something on Instagram at some point.
Yeah.
But thank y'all so much for putting up with us through all of our technical difficulties tonight. And we're just really excited about the future of DDV, and we're so happy with where it is now, and we're happy with Valley Talk and just having all of you here. So that is
Mhm.
all for episode 9 of Valley Talk, and we will see
Thanks,
you
guys.
next time. Bye.
Bye.